What's up, brother? All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. What is up, stream? Welcome. We'll go on this camera instead. My name's Red the Deer. We've got our guest star today, Victoria Aura, chilling over here on the side. Welcome, everybody. She's got a kitty in her lap. Is that a good camera, babe? You like it when I get all close. Come. We scooted over last time. You need me to pull you? All right, grab on. Come on. No. Just grab me. I'll pull. You just gotta grab.
No, you're just pulling me off the chair. You're just pulling me towards me. I told you I was supposed to scoot.
Scoot.
I should have done it before he jumped up.
All right, we're good. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Stags and Does, to another edition of Red the Deer stream. We really do appreciate you checking this one out. This one's going to be kind of fun.
Make sure you press record.
I'll press record. I'm not going to forget.
Pickle!
We are
What's up, Mom?
live playing some World of Warcraft, doing some really cool, very interesting content that not a lot of people have made so far, so we actually kind of tapping into the wave here. First time I'm doing that. Shout out to me being a better streamer. Thanks for the support.
Give me that.
You want this?
It's not doing anything with it.
Oh, it was. See, my eyes are less baggy. It might not be like a lot, but it's helping. You want it down here? That's doing nothing.
Talking about, I want it like right here.
No, stop. You're being so silly. Okay, so what we're doing... today, no. It's gonna be fine.
It's doing nothing with this. It needs to be somewhere that
It's not as
like,
bright as it was earlier today. Oh, there we go.
Change the light.
There we go. Now it's perfect. Pickle, welcome. Sato, welcome.
Everybody,
Hello, hi. So, like I said, we're doing something that not a lot of people have done. You guys can read the title. We are going to go through the Troll Heritage Quest Chain, which just came out yesterday, and the Draenei Heritage Quest Chain, which we're going to save the Draenei stuff for the last. I'm doing it on Red the Deer. It's going to be very, very exciting. As someone who, if I log out right now and show you on my other account, has a lack of a better word, obsession, or I guess just I know who I am in this game, and it is a Draenei. Every one of my main characters, besides the one that can't be a Draenei, is a Draenei. Okay? This isn't made up. If you're a Druid, Demon Hunter, or Evoker, are all not Draenei. Everyone else is a Draenei. So, it's going to be very, very interesting to see the lore that they put into my favorite race, what the actual heritage armor looks like. You're going to get live reaction and feeds for all that, and it's going to be my unadulterated opinion of how I overall feel after waiting so long to finally get the Heritage Quest Chain armor for my race that I like to play. Also, Vicky's here.
We're not recording, and we're playing Trolls, not Draenei.
We're starting with Trolls, then we're going to Draenei. I thought we'd do both. They're only like 20-minute quest chains. I figured I'd hit record after I get the whole spiel out of the way. That's not a good spiel for YouTube. That's a Twitch spiel. Thank you so much for joining in on Twitch. Pickle Sad, all the homies lurking right now. Thank you. That was for them. So, without further ado, Trolls are the only Horde race I like. We're gonna find out what is the reason that you earn your Heritage Armor quest chain, and some in-depth lore development for the race as it currently stands. When we got
Troll,
the Heritage Quest
there
chain,
be trouble in the Echo Isles. Rock and sent for help. The Dark Spear need ye.
that's actually the starting quest.
Is that a Draenei?
Heroes of the Horde, I bring news. The Dragon Isles are awakening.
No,
Heroes
that's just
of
one
the
the
Horde,
Volturian ones.
the
Or
Dragon
the
Isles have
Pithits.
awakened
The
and
void.
beckon the
It's a
dragon.
void bee.
Boy,
Yeah, it's like a Cthulhu bee.
love a good Cthulhu bee.
It's a good Cthulhu bee. It's It's
Still not recording.
that's because we're not on it yet.
But we're being funny.
I'm not gonna record Cthulhu bee for troll trading posts.
Could have been a clip.
It'll be
Welcome
a
to
clip.
Zenchirai
It's
Trading
not a
Post.
troll thing.
It's not gonna be a clip.
So it's in the what? Why are you so low? Is that their bow animation?
Yeah, he's trying to pull back the bow. No, it's a spear.
What?
Yeah.
They shoot like gangsters, bro. That is the coolest shoot animation I've ever seen.
I mean, cool is a stretch, but
He gets so low. Look at him. They get even their casting is really low. That's kind of cool. I've never actually like played Horde characters, but
It's a flower power thing.
it's May. It's springtime.
Oh.
This is the trading post for the month. And then I already got the mounts, which were at the top, so they're not even available to see anymore. They're down here. You get the Blazing Hippogriff, the old TCG card.
YouTube's like 15 seconds ahead. Fickelstein, oh no.
Yeah, YouTube is kind of ahead. We stream directly to YouTube now, and then we transfer stream to Twitch, so it should be a little bit behind. Yep. Does both YouTube and Twitch pop up on the chat box?
It is right now. Yeah, you can see the little YouTube thing right there.
No, but this one on the stream.
I mean,
Pickle, give it a test.
that
Type
one's not
something
even-
on YouTube.
That one's not even active. He already has. It would have already shown up.
Yeah, but it goes away pretty quickly too.
You only have it on like 3-second thing. I don't think you have it pulled up, right? You have it pulled up.
Yeah, chat box pops up all the time when Pickle reads it. I'm sure he reads his own. He reads it when he types it and he reads it on screen. There it is. Yeah, it's YouTube and Twitch. That's crazy. That's cool. All right, sweet. Things are working the way they're supposed to. Very, very nice. Anyways, let's go ahead and get things started. I'm going to hit record on this now. I'll do a separate intro for the video itself later. All right, so we already have the quest. My very own fortress. Nope, not that one. What are you called? We just got it when we logged in immediately. I think we did, didn't we? I definitely accepted that quest. It told me to go to the Darkspear Isles, right? Don't you remember that? Why are you not talking?
Like it gave you a prompt, but go to the
Everyone remembers that. I'm not crazy.
Well, you weren't recording when it happened, so we have no evidence. But
What? You think I'm crazy?
gaslight.
What do you need?
Picking her own world there.
I know, I was like panicking because nothing was getting
Why
fed
are
back,
you
and I thought it like entered a different reality.
I was trying to think.
When someone asks you a question and you ignore it the third time they ask you, the person starts to lose confidence that they're even talking to somebody. I thought I was losing my mind for a second. I was like, can anyone hear me? Okay, no, we're just gonna head down to Sen'jin Isles and just hope that the quest has been accepted and able to turn in.
Go to the wouldn't it be in like the what's its name?
Well, sometimes they tell you to like accept a quest.
I think it was just prompting you to go talk.
Return to the Echo Isles.
Yeah,
that's
that's
definitely
the
what
one
it
you
is.
need.
Let's go grab that. That one did pop up on our feed, but instead we'll do it this way. So it seems like when you log into the game, you have to actually go accept the quest.
It like gives you a prompt to go meet someone somewhere.
But sometimes it auto-activates, like
Not
we saw.
always,
But in some of the other cases with the Heritage Armor, like we saw with the Colterians,
Oh yeah, I don't
you
know.
have to go accept the
I
quest.
don't know how it is with the Heritage Armor, but I know even with what's its name.
So
when the
I'm
new-
talking for YouTube for just half a second. I'm doing like half an intro, and then we'll commentate. So sometimes when you log in with these things, you get either a prompt for the quest chain, or you actually have to go activate the quest by going to talk to someone specific. All of those will be described on the Wowhead guide if you guys want an actual guide on how to do the quest chain. For the Troll Heritage one specifically, we have to run over here to, looks like we have to grab the Return to the Echo Isles from one of our troll friends down here, and that should prompt us to start our Heritage quest chain.
Right,
there.
troll. There be trouble in the Echo Isles. Rockin sent for help. The Darkspear need ye.
Oh, keep talking.
Sounds good. So we did actually get that prompted at the beginning, but on to the Echo Isles. Okay, I love you. You're my favorite person in the entire world. I just needed to get that out. Now we're good to go. Everything else from now on is just going to be turning in quests and commentating, but that one, we needed like a little bit of a start there. Thank you. I'm sorry. I love you. I love you so much.
So like, did trolls never have Heritage Armor before this?
No, same with Draenei. They were both skipped.
Just because they were like an original race of the game?
I don't know the reasons why they skipped it. My guess is that they never were satisfied with how the Draenei armor looked. And for the trolls, my guess is they were never happy with the storyline that they took. Because up until the end of Shadowlands, the trolls didn't have a leader. They were leaderless. And Rokon has now officially stepped in as the Reagent Lord of the Trolls.
Yeah, but you would think the trolls would be the easiest because they have
So-
ties with their ancestors, and
Right.
it wouldn't even matter who the current leader is. It would be like a self-discovery
So the
of your
problem-
own
Exactly.
heritage and your ancestors.
So the
and-
thing is what is Darkspear heritage? Well, most of the Darkspear tribe died during the claiming of Kalmandor as they helped Thrall do it. So their heritage and their culture is widely tied to joining the Horde and abandoning their troll their troll species, their
But
troll
like, so
regulations.
we are a Darkspear troll. Like, you don't get
Yes.
to choose what
When you
type of
when you
troll
log
are.
in, you are a Darkspear troll. They recently added the Dark Troll skin type and the Sand Troll skin type, but we still don't really have Amani or Forest Troll colors. We have the colors, but it's not really like...
Do the Zandalari get their own heritage armor?
Yeah, Zandalari trolls have their own heritage armor quest, so it's like they probably struggled with the campaign story of how to get the trolls.
Thrall taking you to reconnect with your original like Azeroth.
So
and...
if it's Thrall, it doesn't feel like it's troll heritage, right?
No, Thrall allows you to connect to the earth because he's a shaman.
So you think Darkspear trolls specifically have a greater tie to the earth
100%.
than any other troll? What makes it specifically Darkspear troll heritage armor
It has
quest?
nothing to do with dark spirits. It just should be about you being a troll of Azeroth.
Yeah, but that's what they want it to be Darkspear troll. That's...
Well, who gives a fuck about the dark spirits? They literally have no.
The people that play them the way that I care about Draenei, that's what
But
these are
like
for.
the dark spear troll, you're a troll. That's your race. Being a dark spear is literally just where you were born. That doesn't like.
Depends on how you look
culture.
at it. People who've been playing the game since vanilla, since Warcraft 3, play a Darkspear troll,
Yeah, but
specifically
Darkspear
because of
is-
Vol'jin.
But it means nothing.
It
Dark
does.
spear
It means
nothing.
more than a Zoma. Like, you're not a like, no one role plays as a Zolamani troll.
But you can.
No, because you're not a Zolamani troll, you're a Darkspear troll. It's different. They're culturally significantly different.
But that's like saying I'm a tan orc versus a green.
100%, that makes a difference. You're a
It's not.
Magpar.
It's your game. You can do whatever you want.
But there's no regular orcs can't be the skin color brown. To be a brown orc, you have to literally play an allied race.
I thought they just unlocked the other skin colors.
No, that's its own thing. That's an allied. Like, think of it like they did
They
it with.
should never have done an allied race.
I
They
agree.
should've
Allied
just
races
allowed
ruin a
you-
lot of things, but that's
they
where this
should've
starts.
just allowed you to change your troll model to be the type of troll you would want to be in this universe.
That's what they should have done, but they didn't do that. They opened up a can of worms with allied races, and they're always going to have to deal with that problem. Like, for example, the way they did Draenei, when you go to that quest chain to unlock the red demon skin,
Right.
it's a whole quest chain about how the Dark Void Draenei and the demon
Kil'jaeden doesn't
Draenei.
just come and like touch you or some shit.
No, you go back to Argus. This video is on my YouTube, by the way. You go back to Argus, and you go through this quest chain to where you recruit the Draenei that were left behind. They create this sort of like embassy
Faction.
with the
Oh, the
with
sick
the
ones,
Eredar.
the sick
Yeah,
ones
like
that
the-
are left on
Argus,
what's
like
his
the,
name?
the
Weren't they also like enslaved by the dragons that were left there?
talking about lore with you is so headache-inducing. Did you just say there were dragons on Argus?
No. I meant Outland.
We're not talking about Outland.
I thought you were talking about on the Draenei that were left behind.
No.
In Outland.
We're talking about Argus.
Oh, Argus. We can go back and forth between Argus.
Yeah, that's why we set up an embassy so that way the people of that planet could actually join the alliance. That's what that whole question.
But
I
that-
was
but that
explaining
whole-
that, but you
that whole
stepped over me
planet-
like 3
That
times.
whole planet's been like consumed with the Fel.
Exactly. So that's why they're Fel Draenei. They could have made it an allied race, but they didn't. All they did was give you a skin color because that's how it should have been. That's how all allied races should be. It's just skin tones and shit. Customization options.
So I don't understand why they couldn't just like let you like get some armor that was kind of cool.
That's the whole. That's originally the idea of Hair Drummer, but they've added
Oh.
a lot of lore statements
Oh,
to
okay.
them now. So they
But like,
struggle
so we're
with
gonna.
it.
I know nothing about Darkspears. So
Exactly. That's why this question is so important. That's why we're all here, so we can learn more about Darkspear. You get it. You're on board. Team lore. Let's go.
Like, I just don't.
Vicky's never done shit like this because she doesn't care. She just gets on. She goes, "Oh, there's armor to collect. Let's go do the thing." Halfway through the quest, she's like, "Why are we killing these crabs?" I'm like, "The fuck you mean? We're getting the food for the ceremony." And she's all like, "Why is this quest chain not? Why are we even in Duratar?" You get it now, because we care. What are Darkspear trolls? Let's find out. Let's go on the journey together.
But to me, it just doesn't seem like the game gives a shit about any of that.
The game cares. The people who play it don't. There's been a loss of lore since the game has aged,
Well,
but
I
a lot
mean,
of that has
what's
to
the
go
same
with
cares?
it's hard to delve deep into the lore of a game if you're starting 10 years after it's come
I
out.
mean, Noble cares.
Yeah, Noble's been playing the game since vanilla.
I played like one Five Nights at Freddy's game and I fucking love lore.
Yeah, but you love the video culture of Five Nights at Freddy's lore. You love Matt Pat and what he's done and his gaming stuff. Like, you love his content. But it was not Five Nights at Freddy's. It was a different horror game, and Matt Pat paid the same amount of attention and enthusiasm with that game as it was, and it was 20 books long, and there was a good horror game and nothing to do with Five Nights at Freddy's.
Horror. I think I just like.
You would also like that because Matt Pat's made Five Nights at Freddy's what it is, and Markiplier.
Arguably.
Yeah, both those guys combined made that game, but it could be anything. Just like Noble does a good job with the lore here.
Noble does a great job with the lore.
But I could understand if I was a brand new player to World of Warcraft and someone goes, "Oh, that's Jaina. She was around during the Third War and she helped unite the Alliance and the Horde."
Hugo were just talking about that he literally got dangled the keys of Jaina being like, "Hey, let's do this quest line," and then like he felt blueballed by it and then gave up.
What are you talking about?
Me and Speaker were just talking about it.
What did that have anything to do with what I was talking about?
Because it's like one of those things where like sometimes you want to know the lore and then they drop the ball on the lore, you know? It's just like Battles for Azeroth.
So what I was trying to explain is it's hard for people to want to tackle the lore because it's 20 years long.
That's not true. The lore is not that complex. If you literally just play Warcraft 3 and then skip forward that some shit's happened, it's really, that's all it is.
But you got to go play Warcraft 3 to do that. And people don't want to go out and do something
video
else.
is like 45 minutes.
No. If I looked up a brief history of the lore in World of Warcraft, it's probably a 9-hour video, and that's a brief history.
You're not even playing now.
Because we had a conversation
now
about
you're
shit.
just yelling at me. I thought we were supposed to be having conversations while you kill things.
No! That's gonna be, we're listening to the lore when the lore starts. I'm just getting your reaction to it. You're supposed to go, ooh, that's cool. So Darkspear trolls originally do like to do voodoo. I don't know. That's what you're here for.
They're trolls, Red.
That's so racist. Not all trolls do voodoo. Zandalari trolls avoid it entirely. Their entire culture's around doing shamanism shit, which is not voodoo. It's different. You're a racist. Okay, we're gonna continue. Welcome to how me and my wife love each other, talk to each other all the time. That was actually an endearing conversation, I promise. That was nice. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, I'm sure the internet's gonna love the way you talk to me. I'm sure they're gonna love that.
No, a lot of the time they sadly agree with me. Have you seen my YouTube comments? I feel bad for you. I feel bad for women in general. You all need to be nicer to women. I stand with women. Alright. Also, she's not that stupid. She's extremely smart. Probably the smartest person I've ever met in my life. She just doesn't give a shit. There's a very big difference.
I purposely say silly stuff sometimes.
True. I love you. Trust me, she is absolutely one of the smartest people I know. She runs like 5 businesses, y'all.
I do.
I love the
That's
troll
silly.
starting area. After Cataclysm, when you help with the pre-patch and you load this all up,
You leave here in 2 seconds.
I know, which is why it's so cool to come back and see
It's
something.
nothing like, what's his name, where you're gonna get Gilneas for like 20 levels.
Exactly. So why did Gilneas get their shit first before trolls? Because coming back to the Echo Isles, coming back to home...
You know what's even worrisome about that is that, like, Worgen are, like, deep, like, they're not even, they're, like, blasphemy. Trolls should be, like, the most important race in this game, and it's not.
Yeah, it's felt super abused. It's cool.
Oh, I'm sure it's, like, I'm sure I mean, we're not Horde players, so I'm sure the Hordes would be like, troll, get the fuck out.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are troll stands. They've
Yeah.
been troll players for life.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know.
Back to the point you were making. You're right. You're only in Sen'jin Echo Isles for like 5
And then
minutes.
you go kill those things in the gladiator pits, and then you move on to Orgrimmar, and that's it.
So going back to the original point.
That's literally what you do. You leave there for 2 seconds. Gilneas, you're there like saving the city and like.
You're right. So can I make a point for YouTube? Can I finish the sentence? You're killing me. What are you doing? Do you need a drink?
No. You just want to hear yourself talk. It's fine.
No, there's a point that has to get across. The reason why this is cool is because we're returning to something we've never seen but have always wanted more lore and culture of. This
Then
is,
do it. Stop talking about it.
but the point, I make content. I talk about it. That's
You
the
can do
point.
it. You can talk about it while it's happening.
You're so funny right now, man. What is happening?
I don't understand.
Oh my god, if we didn't just watch the roast to where Gronkowski being like talked down to on live streaming wasn't like hype right now, I would have ended the stream. I just recorded this video. But it's funny. It's good. Let me get this point across. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. So returning back to the actual island that we only get to see for about 5 minutes is one of the coolest parts about this quest chain and one of the reasons I'm most excited. Everyone loves the Echo Isles, and the fact that it's a Darkspear troll home, or it's classified as the home, their capital city, the same way Nomergon is for the gnomes. How does this culture, this civilization that is supposed to be probably thousands, if not millions strong, live in these isles? Obviously, everything is scaled unproportionally in World of Warcraft, but to be able to come back to it and just get a taste of what the culture is going to be one of the coolest aspects of this question.
Like, how have they not gone back and redone this whole island to look like Zuldazar yet?
I just don't think there's the space for it. Like, they condensed the cities for a reason, and I think it has to do game space. Like, we're just like, think about how big Stormwind is. Stormwind has to house millions of human beings, but it's the size of 3 blocks. So things are just scaled not properly. There's no living quarters. The only cities that are like actually really proportionate are like Boralis and Zandalar. But those cities are ridiculous, and 90% of them are RP. So we either sacrifice roleplay for convenience, or we sacrifice convenience for roleplay. And most of the time, the game developers will always choose convenience because it makes players happier over the long run.
Are you saying that there's... I wouldn't say that there's, like, thousands of trolls. You think there's just as many humans as there are trolls?
No, there's probably more... There's more humans, because humans is a broad term that describes many different factions of humans. But I would say Stormwind humans, there's a lot less of than there are Darkspear trolls. Like, Darkspear trolls is its own tribe. Stormwind humans are their own tribe.
Well, isn't that why people loved Zuldazar? I'm sure people hated Zuldazar, but isn't that why Zuldazar was so cool? Is that you got to see
Their culture. But the thing was, is Zuldazar...
and all the mini factions within
So exactly
it?
what I said was Zuldazar chose roleplay over convenience, and about 2 quarters into the expansion, everyone hated Zuldazar.
Not if you could just fly, it would have been dope.
But you couldn't.
Well, they obviously they realized that
They did, but regardless, the game developers have to choose between roleplay and convenience, and because they know the game is a game that's played over days, not over minutes, they will always take convenience.
Well, they're only ever making the game for people who don't give a fuck about this kind of stuff.
Exactly, and that's why it's cool that we get some of it still, so the people that do care get to indulge in it.
That's why they just nerfed all the mythic pluses, and now I don't even want to play anymore.
Nerfed? They're harder than they've
That's what I meant.
ever
They
been.
like squished it.
Yeah, they made them ridiculous. Which is good. That's great for challenging content, but it's different.
Not for people.
What?
Yes.
I'm getting tired of
Wasabi.
We be needing a champion to join us.
We do have to let them talk a little bit.
Wasabi.
She's excited now. All is in, she's excited.
The Darkspear used to have many LOA. Now it feels like we be on our own, don't it?
They don't have any LOA. It does say LOA. Just get over it.
We'd be glad to have you with us, right, Troll? Wansomdy has news for us.
So the alternative is me reading it. And I'm not doing the accent. So I'd rather it do it. It's something I'm not going to do.
Wasabi.
Welcome back to the Echo Isles, right, Troll?
Thank you.
Be seeing ya.
The Darkspear be sufferin' lately, in a dark place. Glad you not be forgetting us.
You know how many times I trialed and erred
Stay away
how to get
from
them to say Red the Deer without it being Red the Deer? Listen to it.
Welcome back to the Echo Isles, right, Troll?
Red the Deer troll. Like, that's as close as I can get it without it being annoying. It took me like an hour to figure that out. That's why they're all RTB.
Got Rockan summons,
What you be
did ya?
asking of death?
Hey, Rokan, Darkspear Chieftain. Look at you holding the title for the first time. He's got eyes now. Look at that. He used to not have those eyes. They changed his model entirely. He's got like this light coming off of him.
So is he undead?
No. He is a shadow hunter. It's a class in the game that we've never been able to play. It's its own thing entirely.
Like the Void Elves.
They're
till
more
now.
like shamanistic because they use
like the Light
totems.
Forge Draenei until now.
Those are races. This is a class.
Oh, like the Dark Hunters, like
Like,
the
yeah.
honest hunters.
Yeah, like Dark Rangers is a class. We've
Okay.
never been able to play Dark Rangers until next expansion. We've never been able to play Dark Spear Hunters either, and that's its own. Like Dark Hunters they use totems and curses and voodoo and things like that. He's a Shadow Hunter. That's what they do. Vol'jin was one. His father was one. We've never been able to do it.
Is it just like, is it an elitist class? Is it like an
No, it's just
Infinity?
something
Like,
that it's like a kept secret, like close community of
Illuminati.
warriors that they've never let mass on production. Because the moment that a player class is available, it's considered massively widely available to the public in canon. Like anyone can go become a mage.
Oh, so we're just like a farmhand. Like we could have just been born a kid. We're
Yeah.
not born from some sort of.
Yeah, we're not a Jedi. We don't have metachlorians. We're just like someone who's like, oh, I'm gonna go join the
Or
Knights
we're
of the
just
Silver
not
Hand.
Vol'jin. Like we're not the son of a king.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? Okay. So when somebody's here saying we need your help,
Oh no, he got the summons. We don't know why we're here.
It
For
is
the
good you be
dark
here,
spear.
right, troll?
I just like his model.
Trouble is brewing.
Come
It
back,
is
you
not
all
dude.
be here, Master Gadrin.
okay, who's Galdrin again?
We don't know.
Oh.
Maybe someone we quested with at the very beginning.
Wansandi does
Boga.
not be visiting in person without a good reason. Listen to all he has to say.
Wansam.
Den we think, den we act.
You just said you hate how I
This
talk
is
about
about
it. Try not to.
Muizala, the lower I hold captive. Some of the tribe be giving him tribute. Sacrifices, blood. Look around. There be tributes even here.
Even here.
Darkspear. Turn it to Muizala. Champion, destroy the tributes.
Ooh, that's
Okay,
interesting.
so someone is sacrificing tributes to
The
the
Loa
Loa that he's got kind of trapped.
that we did the dungeon for the other side,
right.
where he became the Loa of Death universally.
Because his technical quote unquote his
Well, he works for
previous
himself.
Loa-
The other one worked for the jailer.
right.
So now they have a Loa of Death that they can trust versus one that was
You
just
don't even
using
understand
souls.
any of this if you don't even know who that is.
Correct. That's why people most of the time don't give a crap. You would go, why are we breaking these bowls right now if you didn't care? But because Bwansamdi is your chosen Loa, you care a little bit more. Which is cool
The
that he's here.
traitors picked the wrong lure to follow. You need to fix this.
Oh, he's like threatening them.
Yeah, wait, why is he
We
doing that?
followed only death for too long. We need to balance the dark spear. We need our old lower back.
Uh-oh. An old
We
Loa.
have no tribute, no shrines, but I can try to call on them.
Okay, so we are trying to figure out who the original Loa is for the Dark Spirits.
Yeah, we never know any of
You'll be
this.
alright?
I told you their
I'll
culture
be
was their
fine.
horde culture for so
You
long.
give
They
it a
forgot
try.
they forgot their troll
No,
root.
what happened is they didn't think of Loas till after, and then now they're going back and being like, trolls have Loas.
Well,
This
if
is
you
the
want
Dark
to,
Spirits.
are we talking like canonically or are we talking non-canonically? Because you're talking non-canonically.
I'm talking, this is what Blizzard is doing.
Yeah, they try to fit. The reason why it's come out so long is because they were never happy with the story. Now they finally are happy with the story enough to release it.
Click on the rock and see what the Loa is. Do you want to guess?
It's not going to be one we've ever seen. If it's Kimball, I'm going to make a troll right now. If Kimball comes out of this, if Kimball comes out of this shrine right now, I'll race change all my
Do not
characters to
hear a
trolls
call.
tonight.
But I do not wish to return.
We neglected them too long. We must seek them out.
Okay, calm down. So are we Wansambi just told us to find the traitors that are worshipping a Loa, and now we're gonna try to find our Loa behind his back?
We're trying to create good Loas that our people can worship. Because they said they worshipped death for too long.
So they don't want to follow Wansambi anymore.
No, they do, but they have to create shrines and stuff. But they're gonna bring all of the Loa back to the Darkspear tribe. That's what I'm guessing we're doing right
So you
now.
can like choose which one you want to follow?
Whichever it might be, as long as it's one that's like well renowned. You're not following like the Blood God Kar or something, or Munzala.
That one?
The
What
Dark
you
Spear
got,
always be
boss?
worshipping multiple LOA, but Muehzela? Our path is obvious. We
What
need to be find in the
you
old LOA and call them back. There must be a way to find where they went.
I don't want to hear what he says.
Muehzela be talking with Dark Spear trolls. Muehzela be talking
Who's
with Dark
Muehzela?
Spear. He was the LOA of death before your OL friend Wansamdi. Some trolls still followed him, but he was working with the jailer all along.
Yep.
He took Helia to the jailer's side, got Odin to give up his eye, and tricked Vol'jin into making Sylvanas Yaworkif.
Yep.
He trapped other LOA into Shadowlands.
Oh.
He be a mean one, but I got him under control. Locked up into other side, as long as no one helps him.
Sounds like trouble.
Muek Zala be talkin' with dark spear trolls.
Remember
We
now.
need to be findin' the old
So
LOA and call them back.
Resurrect him then.
There must be a way
They
to
just
find
gain
where they
power.
went.
Loa
They get
gained
him
power
mixed up in the
notoriously
voodoo.
by being worshipped.
Right. It's just like any other gods.
So he is saying he's gaining power, and I'm not going to be able to hold him captive forever if people keep worshiping him. You have to stop the people worshiping him.
We
I
need
be
to be
listening.
findin' the old LOA and call them back. There must be a way to find where they went. If we can find the old LOA, we can host a trial of the LOA to reconnect with their power.
Why don't we have a name?
Wansamdi said they are still out there. I think he be dropping a hint for us.
Watch your back.
A guide. You know who'd be good at
Johnny!
finding
Johnny's
lost
one of the best
thing?
Loa. She's the Loa of trash.
The Loa
she's a
of
little raptor.
scavengers.
You get her on that one island and she brings you to the trash and then
Yeah, all over Zandalar.
Yes! We can create a focus to attract his attention.
those lost things.
Johnny values different things than other Loa.
I think she's literally
See what you
Loa.
can be
No,
gathering.
Lower of lost things.
You're being nice. I think her title literally says Loa of trash.
That is not what I got from the quest when we did it, so...
Like you're being generous, but they do actually have titles, and I'm pretty sure hers is trash.
Okay. I just remember the quest being...
Handmade napkin, empty bag of marbles,
They call
abandoned.
it trash when a thing be left behind, but we know better.
Half-used dream diary, tributes.
I guess, yeah, I always interpreted it a bit better than that, I guess.
No, yeah, that's how it is seemed. Like she's definitely like the Loa of treasure that people don't think are treasure, but I think her title is of trash.
Ah, these be forgotten, discarded, but
I'm never saying
Johnny
you're
be
wrong.
knowing the word.
Now, we wait.
I can speed this up a bit. As a favor. Johnny, Loa of scavengers
Loa of
and
scavengers.
secrets. I summon you.
God, don't just call like that! Johnny got important things to do!
Johnny, we have great need of your wisdom.
Johnny does know many things. Troll chieftain be wise to see that. Like
So,
I
what's all this
always
then?
say, one
Making
man's
contact with the
trash
LOA?
be another
Wansamdi not
man's
so polite,
Loa.
is he? That is a pretty treasure pile for Yanni. Very nice, very suitable. Ask your questions.
We're looking for the Dark Spear's lost Loa to combat against Muzwa. Mezala? How do you say it? Muzala? We're looking for the Dark Spear lost Loa to combat against Muzala.
Can you not?
Muezala. You know.
Maybe I be knowing one. Digging Johnny's treasure pile for the way to Zul'Gurub.
Zul'Gurub.
Done stranger things.
There's no
Champion, follow me.
Make us like a shadow person?
No.
We'll be having the trial ready for your return.
I have fun finding them lost Loa in the trash.
We want to do your...
He's got like, she's powerful, so she created like a portal in it that's gonna take us to Zul'Gurub. Which is cool. Like it shows that even like a Loa that we don't think is that powerful actually is pretty powerful.
Zul'Gurub,
Loa of scavengers.
there be some nasty history here.
I love Rokon's new freaking model, man. It is so well done. It is so cool.
I be
Watch your
feeling
gut,
something's
boss.
eyes on us. Judgin'. Dis LOA be clever, but so are we. Let's continue. If dis
thought we
LOA
get
be
mixed
hunting
up
here,
in that
he may
voodoo.
have seen us already. Since we don't know for sure, let's split
Oh,
up.
we're getting the car!
I be hunting for him, while ya get his attention. Yanni says the LOA has been taking the offerings meant for Hawker, the LOA of blood.
Oh.
But we don't know why. Collect some and see if he wants them. If his motive is something else, we be knowin' soon enough.
Come back if you need
I was
me.
like, Hakar was a raid boss for like 3 separate expansions.
Come along or not.
So I
we
was like,
don't
interesting
care.
if the Darkspear originally worshipped him, which
So
is
the-
possible.
the
Johnny
Dark
seems
Spirits
to
are
know a good
currently
spot.
worshipping one
I'll be
zombie.
meeting with you soon.
No one. They're currently worshipping no one, but there are people in the Darkspear that are worshipping Muzala, which is what I'm getting at.
Instead of one zombie.
Because they used to. Everyone used to worship Muzala. He was the low of death for a long time. So they're still having problems transitioning, is my guess. Hakar is a raid boss in old Zul. I mean, you don't know them as raids, but Zul Garub and Zulaman used to both be raids in Vanilla WoW. But they aren't anymore, for obvious reasons. I think they brought them back in Cataclysm, but they're still dungeons now. They used to be raids, though.
Throwing some tornado warnings. Yes.
Yeah, we all got tornado warnings.
20 minutes away, sad no. We had some pretty bad, for those
Hot
arms,
gay man.
men.
Hot gay men is that troll's name right now.
Yeah, sad. We had a really bad storm come in about Monday, I think it was, or Tuesday.
Sneaky lawless, yeah. I bet there'd be more prey around.
I bow before hot gay men.
Thanks.
Oh my god, that's a troll's name, man. That is history right there.
I think our lost Darkspear LOA be hunting Hawkery priests. This be great news for us. If he hates them, he won't be a friend to Muehzela.
Cool, let's gather these trolls. So there's a... Zolaman still worships Hakar, they always will, that's always their problem. Darkspear kind of used to fall underneath their leaders. Zolaman was like the major troll faction on Eastern Kingdoms, right? They created war against the elves for years, and they worshipped Hakar, the blood god, and that's what gave them their powers. So Zolaman still do worship these primitive, dangerous Loa. The Darkspear, I would assume, like I said, worship that too, but I guess there's a Loa here that is stealing the tributes, basically trying to survive. And we're gonna try to help them, which is kind of cool. Someone with pets back? That is my understanding of what is currently happening. Yo, imagine me actually getting one of the 1 in 1,000 pets from doing this quest. You know what? That's a car. I can tell by the wings.
Well, he said that we're going to the shrine to see who's stealing the shrine.
Yeah. I don't know, I'm just recapping.
So he's
what we-
obviously pissed. He's obviously going to say some shit. But he's also not going to like the practice someone's doing. You know?
Yeah, like, help us to help you, bro. You don't want this thing stealing your tributes as much as we want him out of here.
Where are we?
We're in Zolman. Or we're in Zolgarou. He was involved.
But, like, on the planet?
We just played. GeoGuessr.
I'm trying to learn.
Zolgarou is in Stranglethorn. This is where the Zolamani or Zolgarou trolls are. Then
You
Zolaman.
don't get to play one of those even though it's on the planet.
Correct. Zolaman trolls, a different faction of trolls. They are in what is called the Ghostlands, but it used to be Everson
Why did I
Woods.
feel like there was never any different types of trolls until Solidar?
Until Zandalar? Zandalar trolls have been around forever. They used to rule. There's 6 separate factions of trolls that we know of.
I think there'd be way more.
There's the Frost trolls in Zoldarak in Northrend. These are the Frost trolls. There's the Sand trolls in Tanaris in Kalmandor.
Why can't you just choose to be whatever troll you
In
want
Zul'Farrak.
and start in that starting zone?
Because that would be 5 separate starting zones. There's only 5 starting zones in the game.
Sounds like a bad game. You can literally be whatever race you want and whatever backstory you want in Skyrim.
Yeah, Skyrim is a one-off 20-hour playthrough. There's 20 hours of gameplay in this quest I'm doing right now. We've been playing for an hour. The lore is deep, boo. Zul'Farrak is the Sand Trolls. Zoldarak is the Frost Trolls. Zolaman is the Forest Trolls. And then the other set of Forest Trolls is Zolgarou. And then there's the Zandalari Trolls and the Darkspear Trolls.
I would love that expansion. They should just do more shit like that.
There's generally, up until Warlords of Draenor, there was always something called the Troll Patch. Because even down in Vanilla WoW, there was a middle patch between the first raid and the third raid that was the Troll Patch, where one of the troll factions gained power and we had to go stop them. Happened every single expansion, and in Pandaria it was Throne of Thunder. That was the last one we did. We've not had a troll
Why are they
patch
trying to make the
since.
trolls bad guys? They're literally the first race on this besides dragons.
Because they worship evil things like Pars and Evil Loa. So Zul'Aman are evil.
Is perspective.
Perspective is mass sacrificing, genociding entire cultures and races to your god.
That were put there by aliens.
Humans weren't.
Humans 100%.
Oh,
were.
okay. All right. Well, whatever. Okay, that
Curse of flesh.
it is perspective, but we play on the
From
perspective.
aliens. I mean, listen. I would have been on the
We-
fucking regular dragon side.
You're
Like,
right. It is perspective, but we're on the perspective of the ones getting mass genocided, so we don't want it to happen.
You wouldn't like Messiah either.
Of Dune, I love Paul Atreides and his little sand baby. Look, man, do what you want with sandworms. I don't care. Spoilers. I can't wait for this just to be the conversation of the actual like quest, and me and Vicky having no conversation. I'm
Big
gonna have
Law
to-
be real close. Peel your peepers.
Behind you, Johnny.
Right! Careful, your city. What you do that for? Sneaky beast.
The Dark Spear have forgotten you for too long. I want to change that.
Where's your mask? Yorushka.
We seek to remake them. We need your aid to defeat Moisala's influence.
This is the coolest thing that's ever happened in World of Warcraft.
What the fuck is that?
It's a brand new Loa that we've never heard of, never seen, but he's the entire influence to what I'm guessing a Shadow Hunter is. This is like, we just talked about how we...
asked him where his mask was.
Because that probably gives them their power. Like, Shadow Hunters are magical by nature. They summon totems and things. So, like, this is going to be an introduction
Can you
to...
zoom in on it, please?
Yeah. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened in troll history.
It's a little too weighty.
I mean, they used a Mistwalker model, but it looks more like, I mean, I think it's cool as
It's
shit.
got a little old gaudy vibe to it. It's got a little troll.
I
It's got a little.
Hold on. Examines your offering.
Do not forget.
Accepts the offering.
I don't be wanting these offerings myself. Slowing Hawker's return benefits us all.
Oh, he's not doing it for him. He's
It will
trying to
take
protect
more
the
than
world.
just remembering. Your hunt is just beginning. If Muehzela be involved, I will help. But for a LOA trial fit to push Muehzela out, we will need another. Our sister LOA is also lost. We were a team, her and I, until disagreement pushed us apart.
Interesting.
Look how is the LOA of regeneration.
Troll regeneration.
She be the ideal I owe her an apology. You are here, and it be time.
So the Loa
I last sensed her presence near the small settlement of Bombala. I be meeting you there.
So how do they factor in the Loa?
Loa.
If you want to get
Loa
to
originally, hold on.
Bombala quick, take the treasure pile again.
I will. Thanks, John.
Thank
for
you
helping.
for giving us this chance, Kevoya City.
Kevoya
The Dark
City.
Spear need our lower back.
Do not thank me yet. The trials have not begun. And Lukao always.
Lukao and Kevoya City.
Because they're not like primalists. They're not.
Okay, so
like, they're
originally
not-
they are the first of the species on the planet. As Freya was weaving and creating the Emerald Dream, she was creating pockets of life that started to flourish. They were like Unguru Crater and Val'Shirah, like areas of mass abundance of nature that started to create ecosystems, and cells developed and they turned into monsters and beasts and raptors and scorpions. The first of each species became very powerful beings.
after they've died.
No, not necessarily. While they're alive, but
Rastakhan can't.
Rastakhan is a human being that was worshipped, and that worship gave him powers. So the original,
different
a
than-
lot of the wild gods that are creatures were the first of their species that were worshipped by their species as alphas and betas, which gave them enough power to be
Even if
reincarnated.
Zombie technically took the throne because he was like the second.
There's multiple different levels of death. If someone gets worshipped enough by a culture, that will generate enough power in their eyes. Like the way that the voodoo works, we don't know what voodoo is, but it's like a transfer of energy from one person praying and worshiping something to give it power. And that power then is returned
It's like
to the
believing
person.
in fairies.
Yeah, if you go, God, please give me strength to do this, and then you feel stronger throughout your day, that's that kickback return. So that's what they've
It's
kind
like
of
the evidence.
they've created a magical transfer of that with voodoo, and that's how Loa are kind of created and work. At least that's our understanding.
You could argue that the Greeks thought that way too.
Yeah, well, it's
The more
possible that this is
the
a
more
real
you
thing.
believed in
Yeah, this is
Aphrodite, the more she
it's
existed.
a different type of religious status. It's one of the ones that I truly actually do like and follow.
Take the trash can.
So this is cool. So they have their own. So we don't know what he's the Loa of. If I'm gonna guess, the Loa of Shadows.
I'm gonna say swamps.
Assuming that they worship things in the swamp. Loa of Cunning.
He should look cooler. He looks kind of clean.
He's the first Mistwalker that ever
I
existed.
don't even know what a Mistwalker is.
That's that species type.
That's a real thing. That
Yes,
is just
play more
something-
WoW.
This place is not how I remember it.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like a crocodile.
And I do not feel our sister. I will need to get closer to where she is. The LOA are among us.
Be seeing ya.
This be the last place Kivoya City sensed lookout. We be needing to ask around, see who knows where she might have gone.
McPickle, even I know what Mistwalkers are. Keep up.
I thought we getting
It's
mixed
just one
up
of those
in the
things where, like,
voodoo.
I would have just killed it. It's not like Murlocs.
Yeah, Murlocs also have a Loa.
They should have a Murloc Loa.
They do. We've literally met
Okay,
him.
it's a guy in a costume.
No, you're talking about Keen Murgle? That's not a Loa. I mean, I guess he might be a Loa one day, but he's not a Loa right now.
I can't with you.
What do you mean you can't? You just said Keen Murgle is a fucking Loa.
You just told me anything that's worshipped can create power.
I mean-
if Rosticon could create power, like, it's the same thing, Red.
Yeah, but also you have to go through this whole spirit, like you do this whole quest chain in Battle for Azeroth, where you undertake the process to help Vol'jin become a Loa.
Right.
And it's this whole spiritual, like, transfer
And
of
he almost
energy.
fails.
Yes, correct. So, like, that is what makes you a Loa. Like, human beings can become Loas, but it's like a massive transfer of natural energy into your body and soul and spirit, and you have
So
to
Rosticon
accept
just
it.
got lucky.
Rosticon, who the fuck is Rosticon?
Okay, never mind.
Who's Rosticon?
Let's move on.
Rokon? Or Bwonsamdi? What are you talking about?
I guess I'm talking about.
King Rosticon was the leader of the Zandalari trolls.
But then when he died, he came back as the
No, he
as
just
the
died.
dinosaur.
No. Razan was its own Loa. He was the first T-Rex. He's the leader of the kings, Loa of kings, because the kings.
Oh, so
always
he
worshipped
just
him.
worshipped him because he was a king.
That was his Loa.
I thought he died and came back after we killed him, and I thought he became the new.
No.
king.
Remember, because
Where did I miss that? Why did I think that that was what he did?
I don't know. I
thought
can't
that was
tell
the
you
whole
what you
point
thought.
of him dying in the raid
Yeah,
or the dungeon.
yeah. It's because
So that what's his name could be the new
no.
Loa of Kings.
Resin gets killed, right?
Yeah.
So he needs a new Loa. So Bwonsamdi is his new Loa, and that's why we fight Bwonsamdi and him. But Bwonsamdi wasn't strong enough to protect him, so Bwonsamdi failed, and Zandalar fell, and King Rosticon died.
I thought he comes back as like the new king, Loa of Kings. I guess I just made that up in my head. I guess.
Yeah, that never happened.
I think that'd be cool.
Bwonsamdi is currently the Loa of Kings because Princess Talanji's Loa is Bwonsamdi, because King Rosticon sold his family's heritage to Bwonsamdi as a deal. They said, you'll have the next 100 kings of
That
Zandalar
was big
underneath you.
brain. That was the biggest chess of all time.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
a
he
whole
the-
deal.
He was the actual bad guy of the expansion.
Yeah, Bwonsamdi could have been. Alright, we're here.
Hey, have you been to Hardwrench Hideaway yet? Oh, you've got to see it. It's everything a goblin could ever hope
I
for.
think you're a low-level quest.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to talk to
Let
that
me
guy.
turn this off. Oh, I don't have trivial quests turned off.
Well, just talk to the guys that are highlighted
Okay.
first.
Shadowhunter! We're gonna learn all about Shadowhunters. I'm
Come
excited.
get the voodoo.
The LOA are among us. The LOA are among us.
You have the weirdest references. What are you talking about, Zappy Boy now?
Priestess knows much about. Priestess thinks you need her help.
Yeah, from BFA's storyline where he became an apprentice underneath Vol'jin and helped him guide his spirit into the afterlife, but he's also just a meme. Emissary of Rastakhan. Here you go. This is the guy from Zandalar. See how he's a different troll?
The great Rastakhan sends his greetings to you, member of the Horde.
She knows who Zappy Boy is.
Give my regards to the throne.
She does. It just has nothing to do with what we're currently
From
doing.
the cinematic. Thank you.
He's also in the book exploring
He is
Azeroth,
in-
Kalvendor.
He is in the book a lot.
No, he is like in the book. He's an emissary. His whole job for the Horde now is to take people on tours of
Can you
Kalvendor.
talk to the guy that's highlighted, please?
Is
Fuck
dead.
everyone else. Get their
Kivoya City
stories.
over dear. And Yanni, I followed the ways of Lukao for a long time. She was mostly a LOAR which doctors and priests followed, but she helped the shadow hunters too. It is said she be time itself, able to recover from any wound.
Wow.
Some say she granted regeneration to us trolls.
Which they do have that ability.
To me, losing Lukao is how we lost ourselves as Dark Spear. We lost some of our ability to recover. I worship her and find some small power in it, but it be weak, distant. Stories say Lukao had an old shrine here in Stranglethorn, but the stories don't say where it was, exactly.
That she looks exactly like that guy.
I'm over it.
You, we fought. I left. She must have retreated to that shrine.
So it's funny because they changed the troll racial to no longer have regeneration. It just doesn't. It's. They changed it to a passive. It used to be an ability that you click and it healed you like gifting your root. Now it's health regeneration rate increased by 10%. 10% of total health regeneration may continue during combat. And then
Versus like the shadow meld or whatever.
yeah, and then dude,
Well,
voodoo.
then humans just use their lose their racial too.
They're going to next patch. Yeah.
No one's literally complaining.
Boring.
How you doing?
Have you ever heard a Loa named Luku?
Yes. Lukao beat a LOA of regeneration, and pain.
And pain.
Like a bruise or a fever, it has to hurt if it is to heal. We have not lately felt enough of our history and pain as Dark Spear, I think, and we forgot Lukao. I come here to meditate and deal with my own grief. I have felt Lukao in a small way. Perhaps she be close by and still guiding us.
We'll find her.
You'll be.
Her pain. If we get closer, I will sense her pain.
It's kind of cute. They have like a relationship, like a. We've seen Loa create relationships with each other and balance power off of each other, like the August Celestials in Pandaria, the 4 of them, right? So it's not
They're
uncommon.
like harmonious. He's making it seem like it's his sister.
They said our sister.
What bring you all the way to
as a
Bombala?
culture, they both are worshipped.
Don't tell me.
I know less of Lukao, and more of her brother, Kivoya City.
Her brother.
He could hunt anything. If he be on your side, I am sure you will find what you seek. It be said Bwansamdi was the soul of the Dark Spear, but Lukao and Kivoya City be our heart and head.
So
That was a
Wanfam
long
is
time
worshipped as
ago.
well, or is going to be. That was
I
a
do
long time
remember
ago.
stories of the ancient Lukao rituals. They were done deep in a cave near where Bombala now stands. But the caves have long been taken by ogres.
You'll be kept.
I thought we were forgotten. Abandoned.
Wouldn't they be? If they are forgotten, wouldn't they just not even be powerful anymore?
Yeah, that's why he's not like super powerful right now.
For the
What
Dark
information
Spear.
did you gather?
It looks like I could punch him in
Kivoya
the
City
face.
is very restless.
He does look very like. I hope he turns into something.
The Mash'ag Ogre Mound be just southeast of here.
They could be hurting Lukao.
He's so mad.
Oh shit.
He looks like
Wait
something
for
from Emma
Johnny!
for sure.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I think they did a good job. I like that he's very like kind of scary, because like voodoo and darkness has always felt kind of scary to me, as it should.
Where would Lukao hide?
It be time to find Lukao.
Didn't know of regeneration. And she'd be fierce. She does not hide.
Pieces of Lukao be scattered. But her heart be deep inside the ogre mound. The shadows can take us there. Quietly. Quickly. Speak to me when you are ready. Are you ready?
Johnny was
Right,
his
troll?
own way inside.
It can be disorienting to
Little
some.
treasure, right? No Nope, me don't think so.
So you use Blink as an ability in Warcraft 3, which is something that mages have always been able to do. But Shadowhunters could do it too. This is them providing us with that like
Warlocks can
blink.
do that too with the eyeball.
We made it.
This like physically.
Thank
teleports
you,
the body.
Kevoya City. This
Like only
altar
mages
to
can do
look
that.
out.
For some reason, the Dark
Just been
Spears do it
demolished.
too in Warcraft 3.
That
What you
was
got, boss?
something else. Feels like my stomach still be outside, but we be having work to do. Let's see
back
what
if
we
you
can do
need
to
me
reach
help.
Lookout.
Evaporated.
There
Watch
be
your
many
back.
pieces missing from this altar. We be needing to repair it so that Lookout is not angered when she returns. Lookout must see that we are on her side.
I thought
Let's see what we can do to reach
Lookout.
Lookout. I'm betting that Ogre Mizot is behind all this. He should have died long ago, but his magic still be strong. He be using the altar's centerpiece as a conduit to drain Lookout's power for. Recover the centerpiece and prove he's not so unkillable when he doesn't have a LOA hostage.
Come back. I feel her presence. If we fix the altar, she can come back to us.
Let's do it. I like how Johnny's just a part of this. If the Draenei one is 5% as cool as this one, I'll be happy. I've got a really bad feeling that the Draenei one's going to be pretty disappointing. That is true. I like the way that the Draenei race looks and their culture and everything about the Draenei, but
What culture? They are literally aliens that had to leave their planet because it was dying.
Moonshot is unkillable with his lower stick.
They pretend to act like they were like
they pretend to act. What benefit did they have to pretend?
Did you kill him, my son?
following them.
So they pretend to help other people pretend.
It's like
You're just talking nonsense now for no reason.
My lower
Talking you being silly, this is kind of silly. I'm not acknowledging whatever the fuck you're going on a tangent about.
it was no tangent. I was just saying that like
They don't pretend to like the light. That's not how writing in video games work. Stuff is solid. It's like this is 100% this way. That's how things that's just how it works,
they're
bro.
gaslit by the Naru.
That's
They're also
possible.
just evil.
That I agree with. They could be being manipulated by the Naru. That I'm fine with. They're not pretending to worship the Naru to get more people to worship the Naru. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard you say, and we're moving on from it. It's fine. Silly Billy. You have like no trust in any system. There's no trust. You make your own trauma.
Don't have a target.
Johnny's still just here. What do you have to say?
Just supervising. You got this.
Thanks for the support. What a legend.
Let's see what we can do to reach Lookout. We need all the pieces you can find. Got
Watch
them
your
all?
back.
Did
Come
you
back
prove
if you
Mizot
need
isn't
me help.
unkillable? That
Watch your
centerpiece
back.
be critical. It was being used to drain Lookout directly. I was hoping we'd be getting more pieces than this, but we
Crazy,
make
bro.
do with what we got. Call Lookout to the altar. Hopefully she will answer.
Come back if you need me help.
This came out yesterday. Oh, her little altar is so
Where
cute.
am I?
Look out! We have been looking for you.
She's just a little
You will
mask.
pay for
She's a
what you
little
have done
person.
to me.
She's a sprout. She's one of the Murloc sprouts.
They're like the ones from
I know.
The
they
ogres
came
have
out
me.
late. Yeah, like
I will show you all that pain.
So she's the first of that species. That's the idea of the Loa. We are the Dark Spear. We are friends of Locale and Kibuisi.
Oh, these be friends who need our
For
help.
short.
Kevo?
Kevo for short.
I thought we were forgotten, and I abandoned you.
What is that little thing, bro?
I am
He's very happy to see her. What's
The Dark
going on?
Spear did abandon you, and we are sorry.
You came to be making it right. It be time to forgive
voice is not
and heal.
Think his does? I think the whole point is that they're just wearing masks. That's what I'm gonna go with.
Thanks
the
for the
Dark
help.
Spear.
Right, troll. I was not harmed badly.
It honestly would have been better if they were just masks, I think.
It be time to return home. Let us welcome Dees LOA to the Echo Isles. Their positive influence should make short work of Muehzela's presence. Go ahead, I be right behind ye.
Johnny's treasure pile be the fastest way home.
Johnny's just here for teleportation, and I'm all for it. Blizzard needs to add more bullshit characters next to people. Khadgar needs to be a part of every storyline just so we get free ports. Yeah, but every now and then Jaina would be all like, I'll see you over there. And you're like, what the fuck, Jaina? She just ports out.
Glad to see you back in the Isles, Monday. It been a while, and things be not so good. Trolls be looking for ways to find strength. Not always in the best ways.
Be seeing ya.
This is pretty cool. This is very well done. I'm very happy with the actual storyline.
The trial be ready. Let us begin. Yes,
To be honest, I did not expect you to find all these old LOA. Kivoya City and look how our LOA I have never heard of. Are you ready to set up our altar for the trial of the LOA?
Yep.
Put these effigies on the altar.
Look at their little effigies. They're so cute. His is
Not
literally
quite
the
enough
old
power.
symbol of,
Add
like,
a
this was
third
Bolton's,
effigy.
like, crest that he wore in Warcraft 3. And this was his father's. This was Sen'jin's. So it's really cool that they brought those back.
That's what's on these.
Good.
Zombies.
Now for your rush.
His has been updated. Quite nicely, I will add. The skulls on top are pretty cool.
So now we're choosing 3 different Loas as this culture.
This culture's 3 Loas are the Loa of Cunning, the Loa of Regeneration, and the Loa of the Death.
The true Darkspear LOA will soon be with us.
Why are there 3?
The Darkspear are done with failure. I am done with failure. The center effigy be very powerful, something we need. No more messing about.
Go on now.
That might be the effigy of Muzala. And she's the one that's been worshipped.
The true Darkspear LOA. The Darkspear are the center effigy be very powerful, something we need. No more. The true Darkspear. All the offerings be set. Let's do the next step. The true Darkspear LOA will soon be with us. When we make the rush call, we recreate the shape of the LOA as we be seeing them in our mind. By knowing the shape of the LOA, we better understand who they are. But the mask be shaped by our hands, so when the LOA sees it, they know what we expect them to be. If the LOA don't bless the mask, we expect them to be something they will not be.
Yeah, who do you know?
If the LOA blessed a mask, they like what we see in them and a bargain can be struck. We could just write a contract, but it is easier to lie with words than with your hands.
I have no idea what she just said.
Master Godwin
I
has
could-
prepared what you need.
I could pretend like I understood any of it, but I literally have no idea what she said. She said
new Rashka masks.
them like 30 times.
We got
and
all
it
you
just doesn't
need
make
to
sense.
make the sacred Rushka. Wood, paint, and mojo.
Mojo.
I did not think I would be an artist today.
So is the skull gonna be a mask?
So we take our time making the mask. We make whatever mask we see them in our own
Take
mind.
it on over to where the chief be painting his.
And then we paint the mask. The bloodlust symbol that pops up when you go bloodlust is the same symbol of the Darkspear tribe. It's always been in the game. Right there, that little thing was the old school Warcraft 3 Darkspear tribe symbol.
The rush call be important in bonding with the LOA. Good
Come
work,
back if you need
right
me,
troll. Almost done with mine here. When
It
the
is
LOA
time
bless
for
the
the
rush
Loa
call,
to give
the
their
trials will begin.
blessings and
LOA be
their
giving tasks to teach us. Once the trials start, they don't stop for nobody. Let's go to the altar together. Which Dr. Zeta will lead us in the ritual. She be Master Gudrun's apprentice, but be showing real initiative in helping out on the trial.
And don't be getting mixed up in that one. Start the ritual by standing in front of the altar.
We're
The
getting
power of the
bamboozled.
Loa is gathering.
We're getting bamboozled. Hold on, let me pull out my right. So I made, you're right, because this was a Darkspear tribe. When I originally made this character, you could see I went Zul'Farrak. I've got the sand skin. So I chose to kind of be a sand troll. That's why these are my 2 pets. So this isn't really even my culture. I'm just helping a brother out. If the Loa likes the mask, it means it represents them well. If not, the Loa does not like the mask. He doesn't bless it. Yeah, that's what I got. It was
It
just
is
a lot
time
of
to begin the
numbers.
trial.
Watch your back.
Here we go.
3 effigies?
There he is.
What have you done?
Mozala, you are not welcome here.
He does have a cool totem. It's all about branding.
Foolish Loa.
I feel like Loa's all about
Stopping
branding.
me power. First, I'll be feasting on your followers. Then you.
Mozala! Make me your avatar, and the dark spear your chosen!
This is why trolls are the evil Loas.
Alright.
We must stop Zeda before she be taking the power of the trial.
We're able to predict it.
Yeah, it's alright.
This trial be something different now. Normally, the LOA grant visions or give tasks to teach and connect with us. Instead, the trial can't be stopped after it starts, but we won't let Zeta use our people or our LOA to aid Mueh'zela.
What are you wearing, dude?
It's his mask.
Oh,
If
he
we be
made a
doing
mask.
nothing, even more Darkspear could be swayed to find power in Mueh'zela. I'll look for a way to breach Zeta as protective energy. You stop the spirits from taking over our home.
You mean Zeratul.
Come back if you need me
Zeratul's
help.
the dark spear one.
I be needing a
Oh,
closer
but look at the
look.
back now. He also has like the mask in the back. Did you see it? For like half a second? That was cool. Hey, you two.
Your witch doctor is trying to twist the trial to empower Mueh'zela. Many will be enthralled by this power, but we still stand with the Dark Spear. I had a different trial in mind. Now, we adapt. Free your fellow trolls from his sacrificial magic. Discharm will help them, but you must weaken them first. Try not to sacrifice them.
I will be watching.
I will.
That witch doctor has stolen the trial. She mocks us, trying to eat the life of living things to free Mueh'zela.
They do
We
say
still
his
have
name very
influence
well.
over it, though. Together, we will overwhelm her evil circles. When you find a circle,
can't say Loa,
call
they
upon
say
me,
Mueh'zela
and we
very
will
well.
push death aside.
On your way.
Okay, let's go. Am I wearing the mask? I am here, but not in my character portrait. Hey, cool. I got a big ass nose. Apparently, little tiny tusks is what I went with. Cool. All right, so I'm guessing that's going to be the helmet for the heritage armor. Calling it now. I think I'd be a dope Loa. I'd be the Loa of righteousness. Yeah. As long as whatever you believe you're doing is right, you got my support. If you believe it's wrong, don't do it, bro. No, this is a devotee of Mueh'zela. There's some things I have to do. Minions of you like got like homies here already. You like could already infest in the land, yo. Well, she was just trying to ruin the entire culture of
Did we
Darkfield.
know that?
I don't have a target.
Try and just pray in.
Maybe. You should have been a little bit more on the ball. I had the wool pulled over my eyes until we put down the totem, and I realized,
That's different.
and I was like, that's not Juan Samdi's totem. So, it was a good writing for that sense. Like, I didn't guess it right when I saw what we were doing.
I think just stuff. Figure it out. Wait, we weren't trying to do that. That's like obviously it's a twist.
Yeah, it's a good twist.
Trouble us no more.
I'm not seeing any of the Lost Training Darkness removed.
Need a target.
And they're supposed to be all over the area, but I literally, oh, there's the first one, they're yellow. No, I think it was the something. Use the charm, get the target. I hate doing quests like this. It means that it's going to be really hard to do if they don't scale it properly in the future. There's like 3 or 4 quests that I literally can't complete on my main character because of the fact that you got to get them down to 50% first. No, I'm just trying to finish the quest, every quest chain on my hunter, and some of them are undoable because I killed them too fast. Even with abilities like the foam sword rack and stuff, it doesn't work. I maybe I could get extra credit for trying to free his minions. But nope, his minions are his minions. This is a lot better than just setting up a cool ceremony. Because they could have just been like, we're gonna go get the Loa back, and then we got the Loa back, and these are our Loa now. And you're all like, alright, cool. Fun.
Not ready yet.
That's, dead bodies. That's how they bury them. This has been exhumed. Yeah, they put them in little buckets. And they cover the buckets with sand. Something that the Darkspear have done since the beginning of Warcraft 3. Don't know why. It's also... Yeah, kinda. I think mummification is generous. Yo, thank you so much for that subscription. Appreciate you. Emmanuel, I'll give you 5 push-ups here in just a second. Yeah. You want to do the movement? Scoots. Scoots. Boot, scoot, boogie.
I don't have a target.
My guy's got it. I image him enough to know that my pet would kill it. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the sleigh. Thank you so much for the sub. The cool thing about YouTube is if people subscribe because I've got videos posted right now, I'll see the subscriptions. He might not even know I'm live.
It always says on there your circle that you're live.
Yeah.
Like even if they're watching a video, the circle will be lit up red.
If you ever see me live on YouTube, please click on that circle and consider joining. We'd love to hear from you.
I can't use that item yet.
I always thought that when they started announcing the subclass thing that they're doing in the next expansion, that one of the rogue specs would get a like Dark Hunter or Shadow Hunter, and we get Dark Rangers as hunters, so I'm happy with that. But the Shadow Hunter class has still eluded fans of Warcraft 3 almost 20 years later. That's crazy to think about. We still just don't know like anything about the class besides the fact that they throw down healing totems, can create potions out of thin air, and can teleport. They're also incredibly skilled with weapons, so it might be one that we thought Blizzard was trying to forget about or bury for the longest time ever, but now that they're kind of bringing some of the culture back here, maybe that's something that we'll see in the future. It would be cool. I think changing one of the rogue specs or adding a 4th rogue spec or 4th hunter spec to be Shadow Hunter would be very, very interesting.
Death, be gone from here!
We gotta find one more homie and bring him back. Hey, there's Johnny again.
Careful your
You were
city.
like 2.
Empower
Stop.
my blades, as you did for
Stop.
Shadow Hunters in the past.
I was 8 years old when I started
Johnny
playing
has
Warcraft.
something to hit.
20
Looking
years ago.
for it. You'll be
I turned 8
seeing
in August. I
good
turned 28
item.
in August. Shadow Hunter would definitely be a hunter spec, not rogue. I think they're more roguelike, based off of what Warcraft 3 has and stuff. They could be a ranged rogue spec, and there'd be nothing wrong with that. The fact that they're more...
They have the gunslinger or whatever.
Yeah, they have the pirate right now. Like, there's nothing wrong with a rogue that would use a ranged weapon. Just because that they're not a hunter that uses a bow. I could see a rogue using a bow.
You're telling me that Legolas is a rogue-y type hunter?
Yeah, he's like I guess they call it a ranger, but I would say Legolas is more like a hunter.
But Dark Ranger isn't a class, it's just a skin color.
It is getting a class in the next expansion. It's like not a class, it's like that's the hero classes, the hero talents, where you pick one and it changes all your abilities and stuff, even the aesthetic.
Oh, it's a baby.
Dark Ranger is going to be one of those.
This may not be the trial we expected, but it still be a way to connect with our true LOA. This
Watch
will
your
reduce
back.
the ritual's power. Muekzela does not get to claim more Dark Spear. This
Come
may
back
not
if
be
you
the
need
when
me
you are
help.
fighting death. Look how is a good ally. Good work
Don't
with
be
those
getting
minions.
mixed up in that voodoo.
Death will keep them off our backs for what be ahead. It be
Watch your
down to
back.
this moment, working with our LOA to save the soul of the Dark Spear. See if Yanni has found anything. Hopefully, his item will let you get close enough to Zeta's effigies to destroy them. That should give us a chance to strike the witch doctor herself. I'll occupy her attention with Kivoya City's aid. Day won't let you destroy her effigies without a fight.
And don't be getting mixed up in that voodoo.
The reason I say
Found
that
it!
is because
This will protect you if you fall!
Grab the feather.
He's too
Didn't we go
small.
up?
I will hold her gaze.
It would
Take
be
me up
cool,
there, Kiboya
but
City.
they don't have pets. They use totems. They're more shaman than anything. Like, it could honestly be a shaman spec as well. Because they do throw down, like, healing totem and berserk totem and capacitor totem, seer totem. There's a couple other abilities that they have in Warcraft 3, but, like, that's... I'm trying to think of the 3 heroes we've ever seen in the Flaming of Kalmandor is the first best example.
Kill the visage, or it will not let you destroy the effigy.
She's got like these healy things out. That's so nice, dude. She's so cool. Travel with Loku, ready to jump to another pillar. Oh, okay. This is the case you don't have. Ah, this is what they meant. That's why she gave me feathers. So she gave me feathers so I slow fall.
I'm out of
That's cool.
range.
That's fun. No, I didn't want me to hit the... I gotta kill him first and then I hit the totems. It's just like the dungeon. Oh my gosh. And I just hit the totem sneakily. Oh, maybe for this. Hunter trick. Damn, he's savage, actually. Blizzard's better. You don't get away with it this time around. You actually gotta kill him. He's got a dodge, bro. It's literally like the dungeon.
I don't have a target.
This will make the dark spear strong!
What good be strength?
See how
if we
he's like,
sacrifice our own
you're telling me
people?
this is more hunter-like than rogue-like?
Literally looks bleedy.
This is the most rogue-like rogue of all rogues.
It looks like boy.
Shadowhunters have always... Oh my god, can I stop this weird slow fall thing? I actually don't want to slow fall. I can't even disbuff. I can't even get rid of it. It's making me too floaty. It's like I just jump around too much as a hunter.
You don't jump around at all. You can literally just stand still.
You're right, I can. Tell that to my ADHD. Tell that to the... I'm in combat still. What is happening? It's when you lose people, Blizzard. Like, why is it even up on a pillar?
It be time to fight Muehzela.
And my pets aren't even attacking him. So I gotta resummon them. This is why I switched to Marksman. Because the AI for pets is super annoying. Now the other one's attacking me? This is wild. I have to jump to that other one and kill him. He doesn't stay dead. It took me too long to start this encounter. Can't even do it because I'm in combat. Okay, I
You
got
be
through the sword
too
fast enough, though.
slow! I be giving these
Passing.
lives to Mwazala!
Listen to what you be saying.
Muehzela be trying to take over the trial. That will not happen.
Ranged attacks.
Because I don't have ranged attacks. All my attacks are through my pet. My pet's on my platform, so I'd have to dismiss them and summon them on that platform. That's the trouble of being a Beastmaster. Shout out to Slowfall real fast. That's the reason why Beastmaster sucks. Everyone says it's such an easy class to play.
You also had a bird. As a pet.
I did have a bird as a pet. That's not how they work, though. They're stuck on the ground. You're right, babe. It is a bird. They can fly. You make good points. It's cool. That's it. Beastmasters are one of the easiest specs to play in the game, but their AI, dealing with the pet AI is the most annoying thing in any game. It's
It'd
brutal.
be better if you surrender
It is
to
an easy class to play, but it
Wazala's
is
way.
very brutal to deal with.
Wazala's
Like, I
way
can't do it for more than a
servitude
patch
and
because it
death.
infuriates me to have to dismiss and re-summon. If the dismiss was instant, I wouldn't care, but it's not. It's like a 2-second cast time. So when you're in the middle of combat and you have to dismiss and then re-summon and you have to waste like 4 GCDs to do it, as like a min-maxer, it's the most infuriating thing ever.
I don't have a target.
Alright. Girly, let's go. Cinematic.
Wazala is not finished with the Dark Spear.
We are finished with him.
Oh! He did it! He did the Shadow Blink! He fucking did it! He's a Shadow Hunter! Let's fucking go! What a legend! Rokon's so dope!
Zeta is a disgrace to the Dark Spear. We
Come
defeated
back if you
Zeta.
need me help.
She can no longer aid Muehzela's attempts to escape his prison. We could not have done this without the aid of the LOA. Look how, Kivoya City, and even Yanni.
Oh,
Watch your back.
Johnny's getting some love. That was not a traditional trial, but we only keep
It
tradition.
be our strength, to adapt
That's
to
why
what
I don't hear,
comes.
'cause I can't read. That's
It
why
be
I have
time
one.
to shed the past and honor those most important to us. The Dark Spear was never the largest tribe, nor the strongest. We endured because we choose our path, and our allies, well, these LOA and you all worked and sacrificed not just to help Wansamdi, but to protect the souls of the Dark Spear. That be why we honor our LOA, and you.
Yay!
Come back if you...
Oh, it'd be a great feeling to see Wazala's control break to bits.
So Wansamdi's not like jealous that we're putting up Johnny's instead? Johnny gets her shrine. She's actually gonna be alone in the Dark Sphere. That's so cool. Look at that.
A little Johnny effigy.
Oh, it's like a little
It'd be
potion.
perfect.
It'd be perfect. Oh, it's her first shrine I think she's ever had.
It's just gonna be so powerful.
That's so cool.
I know, why does Wansamdi not care?
The Dark Spear don't just serve a LOA because that LOA be strong. The Dark Spear serve LOA who served the tribe. That be what Lookout, Kivoya City, and Yanni did. So we honor them now. The mask you made was not just for the ceremony. Take it, and the raiment of our tribe. Wear them and know you are Dark Spear.
One Sunday, Zeta was worried that you were forgetting us.
I always be looking out for the Dark Spear. Being the Zandalari lower of kings don't change that.
Because he's the low of kings, remember? Told you that.
It only took a few frightened trolls turning to Muehzala to be putting us all at risk.
So what you gonna do? Kill them all? That's not how the Dark Spear work. That's why I let you find your own way.
Wait a little.
When the Amani, Drakari, and even the Zandalari got scared, they turned on their own in a bloody way. When the Dark Spear was scared, they turned to their old Loa. They found allies.
That is a good point.
We would not have joined the Dark Spear if they sacrificed their own.
We know the worth of the Dark Spear.
Johnny thinks so too.
Oh, I love that Johnny's in this.
Dark
It's so
Spear
great. It makes it
means
so great.
loyalty. These Loa know that. And so do I.
Dark Spear does mean loyalty. They've been nothing but the truest horde race since the beginning of Warcraft. Everything that happened with Garrosh and all the orcs and all the racism across the board, the trolls have always been the most horde. So that's only the Dark Spear trolls. Very, very cool. Let's go ahead and take a peek at it. So we did get a sword rather than a bow or anything, but it's kind of cool. It has like the old school Dark Spear colors, which they don't even use anymore. Now they're more the red and the green, but the blue and purple is a nice I'm surprised that there's not a weapon type. Like it's just a blade, but you know, I guess it's nice. I don't know how many one-handed blade users there are for Dark Spear trolls. They could be I guess battle mages, rogues, warriors can all use one-handed blades.
Or you can just also
Hunters.
It's just cosmetic.
But it should be like a very valuable asset to the race itself. I don't know how many troll like classes even would use a one-handed sword, is what I'm saying. Like, how many troll protection warriors are there in the game? So, I don't know. It's cool. I wish that there was a lot of different weapons.
Warrior.
Exactly. So, maybe Shadowhunter would be a warrior spec. That would be interesting. Now we're talking. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the collection. Oh, that is so cool. There's multiple masks.
You don't want to be.
So, this is the Rushka of the Horde. Oh, wow, I got one here too. The Darkspear Rushka. So there's 4 masks. Lukao. Which doesn't, like, fit my face. And from the side, the band... The band... It looks like a mask you get at Walmart.
So bad.
It's not great. They're cool, but they're not great. Like,
they need to be like twice the size.
With the right set, like with this set, it could look really, really cool. That's the whole thing? Wow. Oh, and there's 2 colors. The red is insane! What? No way. I mean, to be fair, hold on. Whenever there's not a allied race, there's not a heritage armor quest chain, I always made a best closest to transmog. This was that transmog. This was hodgepodge mixed together. What I thought that they were going to get closest to for a Darkspear transmog, and I think I came pretty close. I think I did pretty good. I think I did really good. Besides the mask. The mask is the only thing that, like, that is awesome. They went with, like, this whole Zeratul Dark Templar vibe, like Vicky called out earlier with the Protoss. But the red color scheme is amazing. I never thought they would make them have red like this, because
like
they...
little whitey tinies.
Like the fact that it's like the little, those little bits, the thigh straps. Why does he have thigh straps? It is interesting. This is cool. The brown isn't bad either. And it's even got the traditional, like, Witch Doctor skin, or color tones. The red is everything, bro. The red is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Okay, let's go ahead and head back to... Can I use Johnny? Johnny, can you teleport me?
Most trolls forget all about Yanni. Yanni won't be forgetting this day.
Oh, she's so happy.
We be having long road ahead, the Darkspear and OL Bwansomdi. But I be looking after all trolls, and more. Ya be in good hands with Lukao and
really
Kivoya
the
City,
Loa of trolls,
and I
I
still
would
be
say
here when ya need
Bwansomdi
me.
is. At this point.
Over the years the Darkspear lost a home, good friends, and thought they lost the LOA. Instead of shrinking, they keep growing. This is Lukao's way, and I am ready to help.
I do like Kivo.
It been a long time since I heard the drums and drank the offerings from the Darkspear. This may not feel like home yet to us, but it will be soon enough. Looks like Kidron be needing a new apprentice. Zeta had such promise, but it be talking more than just talent ta lead the Darkspear. It takes heart. Chieftain Rockin did good. And so did you. The tribe feels in balance. Bwansomdi is important to us, but I've been feeling something missing since we left our old home.
Spirits be with you.
Where's your old home, bro?
We have had quite the journey together,
The
haven't we,
Sentinels that were
right
ran
troll?
over by Murlocs?
Don't be getting mixed up in that
And
voodoo.
you guys almost died to a tribe of Murlocs? Let's hope not. Alright, I think we just have to kind of fly to Orgrimmar, so just bear with me real fast as we do that. Because I don't think you get dragon riding until you step foot on the Dragon Isles, and I've not done that on this character. And for some reason my Hearthstone... It says it's Beast Watch, but I don't actually know where that is. Because I don't play Horde. If that's the name of the inn in Orgrimmar, I would have no idea. And I don't want to hearth and then be taken somewhere that I've never been to, or make it even twice as long to get to Orgrimmar rather than just flying there from now. So just join me on this little flight real fast. Again, we'll be uploading this edited video tomorrow of both the Troll Heritage Armor and the Draenei. It's going to be cut down to shit. It's probably going to be like a 10-minute video where it's pretty much just me, minor commentary, providing snippets and all of the conversation details that make up a coherent story so people who have not done this can watch this on YouTube. But obviously you guys are getting a lot more in-depth, a lot more my brain picking about the process and some tidbits that will not be on the YouTube videos. So when we get into the Draenei, it'll be even more exciting. I have seen the Draenei Heritage Armor. I'm not going to give any opinions on it until after I get it myself. Because, yeah, voiceover would be pretty good as well. Maybe we just mute everything except for the actual audio of the game. I might even go back through and re-record this on a separate character. But with the Draenei stuff, it's I'm going to wait to give my opinion on it until I see it. Because I think sometimes it looks a lot better in-game. And it feels a lot better after you've earned it, depending on what the storyline is from in-game. Because I really didn't think the Darkspear Troll one looked good either originally on Wowhead when I first saw it for half a second. But seeing it in game and doing what I just did to earn it, man, that was so freaking cool.
I have all the tools necessary to adjust the appearance of your weapons and
armor. That might be
armor.
my favorite Heritage Armor question so far. There. Red one, and we gotta find a weapon for it, as tradition. That's pretty good. I love the centaur bows. Maybe we find a more horde style one. That's not bad either. That's a pretty good contender. I think if there was more furry bits hanging out, or if the fur was a white fur, I would take it, but this is looking better right now. Go for like more of a classic look with just like a red bow. That's not bad either. Not what I'm looking for. I want something with a little bit more texture. So I think we go with... the red. Is the gameplay still loud? I had to make the gameplay really, really loud because I want to be able to hear the conversations. So I'll turn it down for this part, but I'll turn it back up later. You can't make the transmog bigger. That's not how things work. You just zoom into like certain aspects of it. Like the window itself can't be bigger. I don't think. But we'll see it on my character here in a second. Alright, let's go log out real fast, and now you see it. Boom. There we go. What a heritage armor. Almost as beautiful as the Tauren, but the Tauren has way too many things going on. And the story is kind of not cohesive in the armor itself. The only cool thing about the Tauren is the freaking back piece. It's the sickest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's so nostalgic to Tauren, it's so cool. This is amazing. This is pretty cool. I'm all down for it. So, I think even better, I changed my skin tone. Let's go change my skin tone to be more Darkspear, so that way we can see what it looks like with the blue skin tone. Because it's very different with the Zul'Farrak skin tone, and it kind of means something culturally different now, so... Well, let's see if we can change it, and if we get the same sort of feel-goody vibes, or maybe it only looks good with the Zul'Farrak white skin tone, which means that they didn't really do a good job designing it. Darkspear. Alright. So we have all these blue options. Ooh, the gray is kind of good. And that's the Dark Troll. So these bottom two we shouldn't be able to use. But all the other ones have been around since vanilla. So I think we go for like just this gray, because that's kind of nice. The hair color, let's maybe change to like a deep red. Keep the blue stripe. Tusks, I like the short eye color. Let's make this blue. Oh, let's go for the red. Let's go for the red. Alright, face paint, I'm fine with that, but let's change the color to be... I'm thinking we ride the blue hair paint vibe. What does it look like if we make it red? Or white. White even. White could be pretty good. The white makes the white pop up. Oh, look at the snake around the... I didn't even notice the snake until I made it white, so we'll keep it white. White looks pretty good. Is there a hair color that has a white? It is with the black stripe. That's not bad either. I kind of like the dark red, though. Oh, but there's different styles as well. Oh, it really depends on what this looks like with the mask, to be fair. Like, that's the most troll haircut I've ever seen. Let's go with the body paint being white and maybe the mask being red. The purple's cool too. Trolls have like the coolest customization options, man. Alright, what does that all look like with the mask? Alright, the white works. And the blue's actually not bad. Let's log out. It's not bad. When you put on the blue skin and you customize it right, it actually does not look bad. With the white paint and the white everything and the accents, that's very, very nice. I think it works. It's not better than the it might be a little better with the sand troll vibe. It might be. It might be. But, now, let us go ahead and move on to the Draenei. See if we can get this one done in like 30 minutes. I do think the Sand Troll vibe was better. Plus, it was cooler because that's a skin tone that we unlocked later on in the game, and I really liked making my character roleplay like it was a Zul'Farrak troll. Because I roleplayed as that. Like, that skin tone to me is a Zul'Farrak troll. Like, that should be an allied race, or could have been an allied race. I don't agree with allied races, so I'm glad it's not, but I do understand that it could have been. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of all these and just track the main quest. I already have it. It says, a parcel arrives for you from the Exodore, bearing the seal of the Grand Artificer. You open the small box and find a smooth, hexagonal crystal about the size of your palm. Hold on. Alright, so we already have the quest. It's called an Artificer's Appeal. A parcel arrives for you from the Exodore, bearing the seal of the Grand Artificer. You open the small box and find a smooth, hexagonal crystal about the size of your palm. When you touch it, a holographic message flashes to life in the air above it. In the message, Grand Artificer Ramuel instructs you to come to the Exodore at your earliest convenience. That's nice. He's not like calling it a rush. We also have the spare hologram, or hologem, which teleports us to the Exodore for us, which is very convenient.
There you are, champion. Hey, I thought perhaps the hologem I sent did not have enough charge.
There's a lot of Draenei doing this compared to trolls. I think there's a lot more Draenei players there are in the world than troll players.
My apologies for bringing you here on such short notice, Red Thidier, but your help right now would be most appreciated.
Where are my abilities?
I have found myself with many surprise deadlines. Surprise and deadlines are not words I like together in the same sentence. The Prophet wished to personally ask for your help with the Tiamat. But since he is working elsewhere, I asked you first to jumpstart our task. My colleague and I have been working on a special project. And since the Prophet has declared today the Tiamat, we will unveil it at the celebration. For this, I need the emitter, but it needs an overhaul. We only have time for a hot wiring. Get some filament and a soldering tool from the crates nearby, Red Thidier. Then maybe I can wire it to an array.
Were you not informed of the occasion? The Prophet has declared we celebrate the Tiamat today.
Okay. So let's do that. Where the hell are my abilities? Also, I would agree with you, Pickle, except for the fact that Moonrunner, Dalaran, Storm Range, Executus. Airy Peak is my server. Caligos, Whisperwind, Zola Head, Storm Rage, Gilneas. These are all completely random servers. They don't have, like, you're not on the same server like we used to be. They stopped doing that in Cataclysm. In capital cities and in common areas, all players are being able to see each other depending on sharding or different phasing of each scenario or each phase of each server. So they'll group a bunch of different things, and if a server gets too overloaded, they'll just layer it on top, and then as new people join, they'll get put into that one. So we could have just been on a really bad shard of the troll area, or less people actually play Draenei. I need to figure out why I don't have a bar. Where did all my abilities go? What is happening? Okay, they're there. They're there now. Okay, that's cool. Imperium Filament.
You might recall, the Tishamat was a yearly sacrament on Argus. A time to reflect on the burdens of your past, learn from
So this is
them,
something we've not done
and
since
commit
Argus.
to a path forward.
I regret not having apprentices in times like this.
The Vindicar is at
Oh,
your
you need to go get the
disposal.
other thing. My thing is, like, Draenei culture is very different than Eridar culture. So is this Eridar heritage armor, or is this Draenei heritage armor?
It has not been celebrated
two separate
in
cultures.
many years. But the Prophet feels strongly that tradition must be revived, and that now is the correct time to do it.
So let's do it.
Our
While
time
the
is
circumstances
now.
are a bit more stressful than I would like, it is refreshing to work on something other than artillery for once.
That's true. Hand the materials, Rommel. Why did we abandon the Tishamat for so long?
The same reason many of our ancient traditions were abandoned. Constantly being on the run from the Legion left little time to consider anything but survival. Tomorrow was not guaranteed, so yesterday might as well not exist. But all that has changed now. What could be more exciting? While the circumstances are a bit more stressful than I would like,
Where's
it is
Prophet?
Prophet Velan is occupied at the moment. He is taking care of a very small mission that he wanted to attend to personally. Nothing to worry about.
Okay.
He assured me that he will be back in time for the ceremony.
Sus.
While the circumstances are a bit more stressful than I would like, it is refreshing to work on something other than artillery for once.
Verlin has asked us to present it to everyone at the celebration. But we will present nothing if the emitter is not fixed. Connect the Arcanite crystal arrays.
Man, we've not done emitter stuff
Perhaps
since,
they
like,
will power up.
the very first quest chains as a Draenei. So it's cool that we're doing that now.
Good. The emitter is functional. Now, we just
Crystal
need
tech,
a
bro.
presentation. And its presenter.
While the circumstances are a bit more stressed, I regret not having apprentices in times like this.
May the Legion fall
One gives you
before you.
the newly seeded crystal test wiggle.
Not my finest work, but it will do. Light willing, it will remain functional until our project is revealed and the celebration is over.
Yay!
While the circumstances are a bit more, during this Tishamat, Atanya and I will present our project's schematics. Atanya is High Artificer of Shatrath. Her father was my late mentor, the famed Exarch Hataru. Hataru's hoof plates are hard to fill, but Atanya has more than done so. She has the schematics, and she should be here when they are presented. But she is not responding to my
Yo, you
messages.
getting ghosted, bro?
Atanya seldom leaves the city, but surely she can make an exception for the Tishamat. Perhaps you can reason with her.
Titania
Nice.
can be as stubborn as a talbuck in the mud, but do not let her turn you away. Go swiftly. Use my hologem if you need.
Yes, I love port tech. Let's go! Yeah, we've seen more Draenei in the first two phases of this than we saw trolls the entire
I
time.
have an arc welder and 0 patience. The
I am
title
busy.
High Artificer
What do you
means
want?
I am very. As I told Ramu, the schematics are ready. But if he is waiting for me at the Exodar, he can keep waiting.
Why? What are you possibly
My
doing?
work is here in Shatrath.
Shut
I
up.
will not put it on hold to attend some archaic holiday.
I have a data crystal prepared. The schematics are on it. My apprentice can find it for you. I have no time to leave Shatrath. My schematics speak for themselves.
You have to create
Each
it
calculation has
first.
been verified. It is respectful of all building codes. I even include a layout of the channels that the power grid must follow.
Romul knows the project. He already signed off on everything. He can explain it to the masses himself. I do not need to waste my valuable time
you trying to
traveling
bring
to the
Shatterath
Exodar
back
for this
online?
ridiculous holiday. My apprentice will give you the schematics on a data crystal. Take it and leave.
Perhaps we
Okay.
get the crystal from Baroon. Then get out of my workshop.
Arcanon Poros, good fortune and hello.
Romul sent Atonia many messages about the Tishamat. They usually have a good relationship, but she ignored them and has been very annoyed ever since. Well, more annoyed than usual. She claims the travel time to the Exodar cuts into her workload. But I think it's really something to do with the Tishamat. Lessening her workload should at least, cheer her up. Yes, I know she has a Dreamite shipment coming into the city, but it's late. Maybe you could track it down? Perhaps then she will have time to travel to the Exodar.
Yeah, like, what is she possibly doing? She can't do this.
Though if the Tishamat is what is putting her in a bad mood, it might not work.
It might not work. Draenei mines located. Draenei miners located. Yo, we're searching for children, bro? Right around here?
Hey you! Lend us a hand? Our cargo went haywire and knocked crates off our wagon.
Cargo
Nether
went haywire.
Storm Draenite is the worst. We should have
Oh
reinforced
shit, it's like
the
a thing.
crates.
It's like a real thing.
Thank you. We will handle the crates. You can take those Draenite fragments to the crystal smiths.
Shout out to my shotgun real fast. So wait, is Crystal Tech just harvesting living organisms for their energy? I respect it a little less now. Now it seems brutal and a little archaic. Maybe just a smidge.
The Naru
Greetings.
have not
That's
forgotten
sweet
us.
ass freaking.
If you are in need
Headset,
of
bro.
crystal smithing services, I am not sure we have time for any new orders, but I will see what I can do. The artificers have been keeping us very busy recently.
What is the difference between a crystal smith and artificer?
Interested in the trade, are
I am.
you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Crystal smiths process raw crystals into materials that artificers can use. Typically this means removing impurities, refrigerating
killing
energy
them.
channels,
You're the butchers.
cutting to size, and faceting based on intended use. Artificers then assemble these materials into whatever they might be building.
Bro, there's the miners who collect the bodies, the butchers that kill and cut up the pieces, and then the cooks that make them into food. The Draenei's are... You know what? I respect
Be
it.
well.
Game respect, man.
Greetings.
Business is
Ah,
business.
interested in the trade, are
Why
you?
don't the artificers do that work themselves?
Well, why does not every painter make their own paints? Some might prefer to, but they are different skills, and the light calls us all to different paths.
Fair enough.
Greetings.
Way to set your own path. He said don't ask big questions,
If you are in
bro.
need of crystal smithing services, I am not sure we have time for any new orders, but I will see what I can do.
Process it after the Tishamat. We are closing for the holiday.
I love his shoulders. Those are really cool. Yo, man. Business!
Yes,
Why are you
yes,
still here?
Arcanon Poros.
Hello,
You.
here. Huh?
If
Country.
I needed help, I would have asked for it. My work is very precise. I don't need a clumsy novice's hands in it.
Damn, you are
Mirun.
very pretty, though.
Get the crystal. You, take it to Ramul. Tell him I have my reasons for not attending the Tishamat.
We will do what we can for Atonia.
Yes, High Artificer. Come, champion. I will get the crystal for you. I should get
It
back
was
to
worth a
work.
try. It seems it will be difficult to get her to the Tishamat, but I have another idea.
You are leaving, but I didn't
There
tell
are
you
ways,
about my research.
I'm sure you know, for the Drania to speak to the dead.
Yep.
It's not the same as having a loved one back,
The
but
Exarch.
Hatara's ashes were taken to Achinedown after the soul priests reclaimed the temple. Maybe they might know a way to help Atonia with her loss?
I was
Achinedown's
afraid
back
of
in
this.
use? That's really
It's
cool.
not her work. It's the Tishamat itself. The Tishamat is a time of remembrance.
Okay.
And of letting go of the past. She lost her father, Exarch Kataru, in the siege. Speaking of him saddens and angers her. Atanya may not be ready for the rituals of the Tishamat. But maybe we can help her.
My dude, B-Run, has a freaking pet shoulder lizard. My bro. What an absolute legend. What an absolute legend. That is the coolest thing I've ever seen on the NPC before. I do like that they like super glued it on there, but I would have never noticed that if that chick didn't run by, because it made me look closer at the NPC's character. That was so cool. Love it. Love little stuff like that. Adds like such interesting character development to like some really silly one-off characters that never get a name again, but it's memorable now. So this is cool. Nice progression that Achinedown has been brought back under the fold of the Draenei. In current
I
time frame.
apologize, but we are in the midst of a soul-binding ritual. There is much to be done for the spirits in our care before we voyage to the Exodar to answer the Prophet's call to the Tishamat. Is there something that requires our urgent attention?
I thought Achinedown was abandoned after the war.
Not entirely. Some of us hid from the orcs here. After the invaders were driven from its sacred halls, we began the slow work of repairing the damage that the Shadow Council did to Achinedown. The dead deserve the rest that Achinedown promised them. The orcs will not have taken that from them, nor from the others who will one day join them.
Our dead are still being interred here?
Some. Those who died in Shatrath were cremated after the city was reclaimed. Slowly, we have been relocating their ashes to Achinedown and giving their souls the rights they were denied. Eventually, the same will be done to those who yet languish in the path of glory.
Wow. No way. Numeron's face twists into a grimace and hearts with determination. So the path of glory is the skull path in Hellfire Peninsula. This right here is called the Path of Glory. And it basically is an entire road built on the bones of the entire culture of Draenei that lived on Draenor before they got to escape and fled in their spaceships, where they eventually crash landed on Azeroth. But before fleeing Draenor, a lot of their civilization was captured, and they were sucked dry of their life essence to create the Dark Portal, and their carcasses were cast aside and literally turned into the road that paved the way for the Legion and for the mass army of Chaos Orcs to pour through the Dark Portal, invading Azeroth in the first place. So they're going to try to reclaim those lost bodies and those lost souls to give them rest. That's crazy.
We will endure.
That's a
I
hell of an
apologize,
Speak with
but
me.
we are in the midst of a soul-binding
What are you
ritual.
doing with these vigilants?
When Achinedown was destroyed, most souls housed here were torn to shreds. Many who survived succumbed to madness. Yet some were not so far gone that they could not be saved. We knew that binding souls to vigilance often had a calming effect, not unlike swaddling a child. The weight of a physical body seems to ground their emotions. We keep them in the vigilance only temporarily. It is but a splint for a broken bone while the limb heals.
What? So all vigilants are ghosts? That's kind of crazy.
Ah, High Artificer Atonia manufactures them for us in Shatrath. We are aware it is not her specialty, but she insisted on making them herself. I apologize, but we are Atonia? Ah, so it is finally time. This is a matter you should discuss with our Exarch.
Your Exarch?
Mano Ekta, my friend.
Yes, the Soul Priests. I just said the
Thank you,
Exarch could do it.
Nimeran.
Maladar!
I take it you can see me now, champion?
For those that don't know who Exarch Maladar is, he's a hero of the Draenei.
It is good to have visitors. The honored dead here are well cared for, but not many travel to commune with them. Their deaths can be a painful reminder of what the Draenei have endured. I believe we may be able to help.
Now.
But perhaps you could aid me first. When we received word that the Tishamat was upon us, we hurried to prepare our most tortured spirits for the journey to the Exodar. The celebration's sacraments may help them rest peacefully, however, they must consent to being moved. So, we must commune with and soothe them first. Will you help calm these spirits? Afterward, I will take you to where Hataru is entombed and give you what you seek.
Oh.
Never hesitate to do
So
it.
Exarch
Meet me
Maladar.
in the upper reaches. We will commune with the spirits there to prepare them for the journey.
I'll meet you up there, bud. Speaker of the Dead, so cool. So in Draenei culture, we learned a lot about this during the books, as well as the expansion Warlords of Draenor, where we actually got to go back to see Draenei civilization at its peak on Draenor. A lot of their civilization revolves around an Exarch society. One person is in charge of a specific branch or domain or cultural significance to the Draenei people. There's an Exarch of Justice, Exarch of Soul Priests, which is what Exarch Maladar was, Exarch of the Light. There's a lot of different Exarchs. They all worship and facet different aspects of Draenei culture, Exarch Artificers, all that type of stuff. Basically, one person being in charge. Exarch Maladar was specifically an Exarch of the Soul Priest, Exarch of the Dead. Basically, a person who is supposed to be the last person you talk to before you die and get buried, and all those rights given you and all those things, right? We only really met him in some of the books. This is the first time that we've seen him in our timeline. Besides, maybe I think there's a video of him sacrificing himself as a short cutscene in-game rendered in Burning Crusade. But otherwise, he's just a character from the books. But we do get a lot of his character, the alternate version of him, in Warlords of Draenor. So it's kind of cool that we actually get to see our version of him for the first time in-game. That's fun. That was very similar to like us seeing Garrosh come back during the Orc Heritage Quest chain.
This is the tomb of Exarch Larohir, the Prophet's general. We will commune with him first.
So this is the General Exarch, the one that's in charge of the war effort.
He
Exactly my
defended
point.
Shattrath until his dying breath. Spirits seek his protection still. Alas, we must return them to rest.
All these damn Chaos Orcs, bro. Oh, his little baby one. His little baby one.
He gives his consent. Seal the urn with the mark of Dore.
Dore is their Naru that lives inside of the,
May the Tishamat relieve Larohir of the guilt he feels at not saving all of Shattrath.
I think Dore is the one that lives inside Ashigaun that gave its life to propel the Exodor to Azeroth. But I'm not 100. This is so cool. This is the coolest part so far. It was getting kind of meh for a bit there. It was definitely sitting in the mid territory. And now that we're doing some Exarch stuff and we're getting the old Exarchs that were around during the fleeing of Draenor is kind of exciting.
Let us commune now with Exarch Kelios, the first Vindicator and Bastion of Kerebor.
So, Exarch of the Light. Vindicators is the name of the Paladin faction
the
that
darkness
is
there,
made by the Draenei.
but it followed him in death. Light his tomb, so that he may take care. The smaller the flame, the more swiftly it burns out.
Oh, okay, so light the big ones first. Lighting the big ones first. That's kind of cool. They added like a little puzzle here. How many times has Blizzard added puzzles in their quests? I don't even remember the last time I did a puzzle on a quest like this. Besides like the trick ones. think we got them all.
Kalios has agreed to the Tishamat. Seal his urn.
Hell yeah.
May Kalios no longer fear the darkness, and the light ease his pain.
It looks like we're getting Draenei culture that was established on Draenor, rather than Draenei culture that was established on... Like, they're going back to a ceremony that they celebrated on Argus, but we're reviving the Exarchs that were around during the time frame of Draenor, not the ones that were around during the time frame of Argus. We're not going back to Argus for this. So it's interesting to me that like, they're combining things. So I'm cool with it. It's so far really good.
Restalan, Larohir's mentor. His is a bloody story of betrayal. Let us commune with him now.
Communing.
He unwittingly gave the orcs the weapon that destroyed him, and Telmor. We must dispel the shades of his guilt.
Man, he was actually killed by Durotar?
It is a miracle that his soul survived those ravages. He consents. Please, seal his urn.
Damn.
It may take many Tishamats before Restalan can fully rest. But I will help him, no matter what.
Dude, shout out to Exarch Maladar, or Exarch Maladar being
These
like...
spirits must be calmed before being taken to the Tishamat.
Shout out to Exarch.
It is a difficult process. Thank you for helping them through it.
I hate the voiceover when it talks over me. It drives me crazy. I like that Maladar is just like dead, but he's still doing his job. You know what I mean? That's cool. I like that a lot.
On Argus, it was common to perform the sacrament of Tishamat on behalf of a departed soul to help them move on. These three souls are volatile. While they show promise, we are having trouble fully separating them from their attachments.
Like a Jedi?
With the revival of the Tishamat, we hope this will be the key to helping them.
Sure.
These spirits must be calmed before being taken. Thank you for what you have done, Red Thadir. Moving a spirit's remains can disturb them greatly, so they must be calmed as much as possible so the journey can be made safely. These spirits must be calmed before being... Fortunately, not all of the fallen entombed here in Shinedown suffer as these three do. Some ease gracefully into death, like soil settling after a rainfall.
Just across the way. Follow me.
Okay. So now we're going to get the Exarch Articiper, which was her mentor. The last Exarch that I think... There's only like 5 or 6 of them during the time frame. Any one time frame.
Hektaru has accepted his life, his death, his triumphs, and his mistakes. Approach him and make your request.
The urn is covered in a fine layer of dust. It appears to have been disturbed for many years. Has been undisturbed for many years. I think your daughter, Atanya, still grieves for you. Damn. Silently points at the lockbox. Hataro's artificing
I
line.
sense that Exarch Hataru's only regret is leaving his daughter behind.
Oh man.
Taking the Exarch's gift back to his daughter may bring them both peace.
Or he might just try to kill her because he wants her dead with him because he feels like he left her behind, which is crazy as shit, but you know, I guess it could be also really nice. I don't trust that shit, bro. Ghosts are scary.
For light's sake, why are you back? The title High Artificer means I am very busy.
If you say one more thing about the Tishamat, you'll wake up at the bottom of the Alder Rise with my hoof print on your back.
Just gonna kill me, Sparta me, offer the Articifane lens to her. I spoke to your father, he wanted you to have this.
Ah, what is wrong with you? I tell you to leave, and instead you rob my father's grave.
Atanya, I sent them to Akendun. Exar Kataru wouldn't want this for you. He would want you to be around your people and to show them all you've made, not to stay locked away here.
What? Ugh. I
That's how you
just had it.
cross your arm tightly, not looking at you
Another
or
good
Vilan.
idea down
Fine.
the drain for the sake of pleasantries.
For a moment, she looks like she might snatch the lens from you. Instead, she takes it from you gently.
My mother died on a colony planet. My father and I helped each other move past that, but when he died in the siege of Shatrath, watching the walls of his greatest accomplishment crumble to dust, there was no one left for me. So I worked. And now I have the schematics of my own Shatrath. A better Shatrath.
Tanya clenches the lens in her fist and then exhales.
I'll
in a
go to the
breath.
Exodar, but if Romuald says one word about it, I will make him eat his soldering tool.
Want a better future?
Yay, we did it!
You
We got
have
the
to
stubborn
create.
girl
My
to
father
come.
was Draenor's greatest artificer. He lived for Shatrath and died in it. Sometimes I wondered if I'd end up the same.
You probably will.
But I will not. The city I have designed is what this one should have been. What it could have been.
Does it involve the Scryers, or are you guys gonna kick them out?
I will take the data crystal to the Exodar. To the Tishamat.
Let's go! Use the hologem.
I am glad you could join us, High Artificer. You've spared me many headaches.
Let's transfer these schematics before I change my mind.
In some ways, getting Atanya here was a more difficult victory than the fall of Antorus.
Wow. That's a sad.
Levity aside, I am glad she is here. I knew the Tishamat would be hard for her. Her father was a great man, and we all mourn his passing. This Tishamat is gearing up to be one for our Hala records. Even Heituan is here.
Even on Azeroth, demons
broken.
are brazen.
And Hatun is the one that's from Argus itself, the one that actually is recovering.
Vilan awaits us back in Bloodmist. Come, we will put an end to this.
When did you and your people arrive?
Vilan sent a messenger to Argus some days ago to announce the Tishamat. I do not control my people. Those who wished to go were free to make that choice. I did not, but then Vilan sent another message earlier today requesting my aid here. I considered refusing, but Vilan has been agreeable lately. And it is satisfying to see him admit when he cannot solve a problem himself.
Damn, he does have beef with himself.
Vilan awaits us back, Redkadir. Vilan told me I may find you here. He needs your assistance. The Satyr that infest a nearby island have been ambushing Drania traveling for the Tishamat. Vilan and I have been attempting to solve the problem quietly. He does not wish to mobilize the Vindicators and alarm his people on a day of sacrament, but, despite our efforts, the attacks have continued. The event may need to be cancelled if we cannot get the demons under control. Come with me so we may end this threat.
Take this Manoray. We will fly to meet Velen in Bloodmist together.
Let go! Wow, we're like going together.
Velen reports that there were at least 4 satyr attacks on Draenei, traveling through Azure Mist since morning. I wish to rally the Vindicators, but Velen does not want to cause panic and darken the Tishamat.
I love that the heritage questions take you back to the starting zones.
quietly
It's the
drive
coolest
the
thing.
satyrs back into Bloodmist to keep travelers safe. For now. But Velen realized this half measure will not work without assistance. So he called upon me and other recent allies to help.
The Eridar?
We are experts in the killing of demons, as are you. With your aid, we should accomplish this quickly and quietly.
Voice actors killing it. Quality voice acting.
This corruption caused by the Exodar crash feels strange.
Indeed. The nether energies seeping from the ship have made blood mist difficult to cleanse.
I was hoping to resolve the sudden Satyr attacks before I formally announced the Tishamat to all.
Hi, Velen.
Alas, I am grateful Romuald called you to the Exodar early. I assume Heituan has explained the situation to you?
The light will guide your way.
Oh yeah, Arzel's here. He's the embassy of the Eridar, because they're the reasons you can have a red skin now.
Yes.
Even with the
Recently
corruption,
changed my skin
this
back to
land
blue.
is so alive. There is grass, water, unmarred skies. The air is so clean it almost hurts to breathe. If any demon threatens this place, I will be the first to destroy them.
What have you and other penitents been doing?
For the time being, we are aiding the Krokel and Lightforged on Argus. Few have been allowed to serve the Drania here on Azeroth. I personally evaluate every penitent and vouch for them on my own life, so it is not a matter of distrust. Rather, it is that we have no desire to distress the Drania with our open presence. They are aware of the hand the Prophet has extended to us, but that does not erase what we did to them.
Nice.
Even with the corruption,
I like
the
that
Legion may be
Thousands
one
of years
entity,
we hunted
but it is
our own
vast.
people.
The demons that
It may
comprise it
take
are as
that
varied
time
as the
and
innumerable
more
worlds they have
to be
conquered.
redeemed.
But I have had no dealings with Satyr. From what the Prophet has told me, they seem disorganized. Intelligent certainly, but feral in their malevolence. I am inclined to believe their recent attacks are random, but perhaps not. Bring me the totems they have scattered across Blood Mist. I may be able to ascertain what, if anything, their end goal is.
Wisdom guide your path.
I do not like this place. It is too open. Too empty. Not enough places to set your back against. Arzal and I are of the same mind.
That's culturally.
We must know the strength
that's on
of these
point.
Satyr before we attempt to drive them back with force. Else we may be walking into a fight we cannot win. I can learn much about my enemies by observing what damage they leave in their wake. The wildlife here was corrupted by the Exodar's lingering energies, but I suspect the demon's presence made it worse. Collect bones from the local wildlife for me. Studying them may give us some clues.
Why have you allowed these demons to infest this area for this long?
We have lacked the time and resources needed to eliminate them. Other threats strained our forces.
Their opportunism ends today. I will slaughter each one personally, if needs require it.
Yeah, Pickle, that sounds good. I'll join you
The
after.
Satyr are an infection we have allowed. If we can push them back enough that they no longer pose an immediate threat to Azure Mist during the Tishamat, I will see to a more permanent solution afterward. Even with the corruption, I do not like this place.
Very well done. I love that we're back in Blood Mistile. This is one of my favorite zones of all time. I will always love Blood Mistile. I'm super nostalgic for Azure Mistile as well. They're like home for me. So I've leveled through them. You guys have seen how many Draenei I have. Probably 20 times. And that's just on the characters I currently have. The amount of times I've done it on just a one-off random character that I deleted after I got past level 20, immeasurable. Probably 100+ times I've leveled through Blood Mistile and Azure Mistile. Give or take. I truly am a Draenei at heart. It is my... I identify as a Draenei. 100%. I've been a Draenei longer than I've been a human. There's no wildlife to kill. I really did like that guy was on one of the original mounts. It made me nostalgic. I am too much of a panda. Oh, Pickle. Are you going to be playing World of Warcraft during the Pandaria remix that comes out next week? I'll be streaming the crap out of it for you, so you get to nostalgic yourself in all the panda culture and join me on the fun that it is to level up characters again in WoW. I'm basically at the point in current retail where I'm just hopping on for raid and killing bosses. So once that gets a little old, well, there's not like much farming I still have to do. Like I could be running Mythic Plus right now, and I could be doing other things to help with my eye level and push the Mythic raid, because I do plan on being a Mythic raider this season. But I will be spending a pretty decent amount of time in Mr. Pandaria Remix, so that content will be available. This feels a little buggy, because they didn't update enough of the... Look at the Alliance players sharing, by the way. That person wasn't killing the bear because they know how many people are on this quest. So if you see something, just tag it and let other people hit it. So sweet and beautifully nice. Shout out to my Draenei brothers and sisters out there. Ishnu Allah. Man. To be fair, the Troll Heritage quest chain also had a bit of a buggy situation with that final boss fight. So, I will chalk one buggy quest per Heritage quest chain. If we get another buggy quest, I will reflect it in the overall score at the end when we do a Heritage quest chain. What do they call those? Tier list. Heritage quest chain tier list. Because, this is buggy. Good news is, it will get completely cut out of the YouTube video. I'll just mention that it was a buggy quest, so that way when we go back to watch the YouTube videos... I'm letting as many people tag it as possible. I guess no one else wanted to tag it. I tried. I literally tried. Here, here, here. Look how many people are working together to get this quest done. It feels so good. This feels like Tishamat. Like, this feels like we're coming together to help build the ceremony. I might just be, like, copium myself right now, but, also shout out to the fact that these guys aren't 100% dropping bones. Definitely didn't care. Yikes, bro. Yikes. This could just be at fault to Blizzard did not expect this many Draenei to do this quest at one time. Or this could be bad coding to where the respawn rates for the animals are not high enough. But definitely an oversight. Somewhere, somehow. Either in the development phase or the execution phase. This could have been better. It says all creatures in the area. Corrupted creatures. So the Night Sabers should drop it as well. Just corrupted wildlife. I've only looted it from the bears currently. It's weird that we can actually fly here. Oh, we can't fly here. Okay, I was gonna say, like, it's weird that we can fly in Azranis, but we can't fly in the Blood Elf Isle. Because I was wondering why everyone was on their melee mounts, and I thought we just might have been, like, living in the moment. But, yeah, now that makes sense. The good news about the Mists of Pandaria remix is I think it's going to go on for a couple of months. Probably up until the pre-patch, would be my guess. They're releasing it now, after the 3rd week. So, when the 4th week is the last week of the reset. Wow. Someone's complaining how they can't fly. That is the least of our problems right now, bro. This needs to be hot fixed. This is brutal. Either way, they're using it as a way to, like, mitigate, because a lot of what a lot of people do during the end of an expansion is they level up alts. Something that people have always done. They want to level up characters to see what they're like during the patch, or they want to prepare their next main for the next expansion. If they want to play a priest next expansion. That's why Blizzard has made boosts available with pre-purchases, so that way people can still focus on playing the current game rather than focus on the next one and enjoy the end of that expansion. But this is like a way of them just like taking the knee on it and saying, we understand that you guys are going to level up alts. if you're going to level up alts, let us create content that is fun and quick and entertaining and something completely different and new that we know you guys will love while you level up your alts during the end of the expansion. Here, go have fun doing it. So that's what Mists of Pandaria is. So up until probably the pre-patch will be Mists of Pandaria Remix. So probably 3 months, give or take. Which is going to be great. I'm probably going to be able to get every one of my characters to max level that I want to. And I'm very excited for that. My goal is to get every single character that I have, that I care about, that's all Draenei and all of the Heritage Quest characters, to level 70 by the end of the expansion. I have all summer to be able to do it. That is the goal. We shall see if I'm able to accomplish that. This is brutal, bro. And they don't even 100% drop bones. Shut up. The dude's like, why can't we fly? Dude, shut up. We've never been able to fly in this zone. If you played an actual Draenei instead of a dumb hero class Death Knight Draenei, you would have known that because you would have leveled up here. Dude's probably never even done the starting zone. I disrespect you. You're a fake Draenei. You don't deserve the heritage armor. He's like bitching about the dumbest thing. Like the fact that he can't fly in this zone does not matter compared to the fact that this is a 10-minute spawn per a mob. And the mobs aren't 100% drop rate. Pretty crazy. You guys were here. This is going to be a bug that people talk about or could talk about for generations. When we look back at the Heritage Armor quest chain, we're going to go, oh, do you remember that bug about the Draenei one that took us like an hour to do? Because the drop rate and spawn rate was super crazy. 10 years from now, we'll tell our grandkids about this. You guys were here, poggers. You saw it. Woohoo. Oh, man. This is rough, man. This is rough. I'm just about running out of ideas on how to entertain. The good news is we're more than halfway done. Just kidding. We're still halfway done. Not 100% drop rate, dude. No way. Seriously. Flying is stupid. He's still bitching about flying. It blows my mind. The flying Frankies out there, man. If you are so obsessed with flying in World of Warcraft, I want you to stop playing World of Warcraft. Okay? You've ruined the game since Cataclysm. When you forced flying in the old world, which forced them to have to remake and redesign the entire continent. And everyone complains about how Cataclysm changed World of Warcraft forever. Yeah, it's because you guys bullied them into changing it. Because every zone was made with smokes and mirrors and deception. This mountain doesn't have a top. It doesn't have a hole. It was just shaped like a mountain that we ran around in Classic. If we flew over it, you guys would go, oh, wow, you can see the code. Because it wasn't designed for you to be able to fly over it. So they had to remake the entire map which forced them to write a storyline that did that. The Flying Frankies are the reason we have bad World of Warcraft right now. Because after Cataclysm, everything else started to go completely downhill. And I blame it all on them. You guys bitched and cried and moaned so much about making the game more convenient for yourself to save yourself 5 minutes rather than enjoying the beautiness that is running around on a ground mount like I am right now. This is gorgeous. I love this type of stuff. You gotta be closer to the environment. You gotta partake in the small nuances of the art team puts in, like these change in colors. You don't see any of that when you fly around. This is how the game is supposed to be played. It was originally designed to be played, and I hate you for putting flying in everything. They should have never introduced flying in Outland. It was the biggest mistake the game developers ever made. No one would even know how good we have it right now if we never had flying in the first place. Like, why even have flight paths anymore when dragon riding's so much faster? It's crazy to me, man. So, if we ever get someone in chat that talks about how there's zones that still don't have flying, or, wow, I really hate the pathfinding achievements to unlock flying, ban them. Ban them forever now, mods. That's rule number... I'm going to make that rule number 12 on our rule sheet for our new updated Discord. I really do wish that the entire game didn't have flying. I think there's something special about using your team's resources to teleport around if you need a mage to support you somewhere, or using your flight points to get from point A to point B when you're getting ready for raid. You don't have to just wait in Valdrakken 10 minutes before raid. You should be out of the portal an hour before raid starts because it takes 20 minutes to run over there. You know what I mean? Like, all that kind of stuff made the game feel more realistic, more grounded, more special. Everything's just, how fast can we get it done? I'm actually kind of happy right now that this is taking so long. I'm like a weird masochist in that sense. I love that, like, because of that, it shows how strong this community is. Like, we're working together to complete this quest chain right now. Like, we're not instantly killing the things. We're tagging it and dragging it so that way as many people as possible can hit it. That's beautiful, bro. That's so cool. A lot of people think it's, like, the most annoying thing in the world, but, like, it's bad development. A massive multiplayer game like Blizzard as a development studio shouldn't let this type of thing happen, but also it's really kind of cool. You know, I really don't mind it. It's chill for me. I'm having a good time. If I wasn't streaming and panicking about making it interesting or trying to come up with stuff to talk about while we do it, I would just be sitting here listening to some music, running around, just being in my own thoughts, right? Like, the real reason why we play World of Warcraft is to, like, escape reality. We want to go play in Azeroth. We want to be in Azeroth because our world sucks. So, this is kind of cool. This allows me to do something that I really want to do and do it for a long time. Because if we finished this in 10 minutes, then I would just be farming. Like, I don't even know what I'd be doing on my main. I would be on an alt character leveling it up right now. So this is giving me more of a reason to play my main character and be more attached to my main character, and I love that kind of stuff. I think secretly Blizzard might have done this on purpose. I think there might be a vanilla Andy or classic Andy out there that works at Blizzard that's all like, I'm going to show these guys how hard quests used to be. You want the old Draenei experience? Let me take you back to Outland when you had to kill 85 boars. Let me remind you of how bad Burning Crusade was. Yeah, that's right. We're going to make it a 10-minute drop rate on 25 mobs that you need 8 bones for. And it's a 50% drop rate on the bones. It's going to take him an hour. He. I respect that guy. Thank you for reminding us how good Burning Crusade was. The reason why people loved it. It took 20 hours to get through Hellfire Peninsula. It didn't take 20 hours to get to max level. Games were different back then, bro. Speaking of games being different, completely off topic. Did you all see the price tag for what Ubisoft is trying to sell Star Wars Outriders? Star Wars, whatever it might be. Outriders, I think, is the name of it. Now, that guy blade storming was rude. We completed it. Star Wars Outriders, the new, like, criminal underworld RPG game, kind of looks like it's going to play a lot like Assassin's Creed or like the most recent Star Wars Jedi games that have come out. If you guys played those, Cal Kestis. $130 for the base game. 130 for the base game. Yeah.
Even with the corruption, this land is so
crazy,
alive.
bro.
I would prefer to know the capabilities of the Satyr before engaging them.
You get
Curious.
Thousands of years we hunted our own people.
These crystals appear similar to the others erupting from Blood Mist, but their placement on these totems seems deliberate. I will study them further.
Wisdom
The reason why I love the way that Blizzard has always done their payment process for World of Warcraft, and something that I always talk about, like everyone hates the subscription service. For $130, I get 365 days of constantly re-updated gameplay and new content, a year's worth of gameplay, rather than maybe 40 hours of gameplay. 40 hours of gameplay for a $138 game. That's my guess.
I do not
doubt
like
there's
this
more
place.
than 40 hours.
It is to remember, you are putting them out of their misery.
Walk in the shadows of the
Crazy, crazy prices, bro. World of Warcraft is so affordable.
Lesser demons do not corrupt creatures this deeply. Their fell disease can barely spread beneath the skin, much less the bones or the soul. These are no weak imps we are dealing with.
Ooh, so something more powerful
depths
here.
of corruption in these animals. It is not the work of lesser demons. There is a larger threat behind these attacks, then?
Yes. These crystals were made into fell spreaders. No satyr could do that. A Manari artificer made them. I know it.
Oh shit.
I cannot in good conscience gather the Drania for the Tishamat if we are threatened this close to home. If one of the Manari is using the Satyr to orchestrate these attacks, or to distract us from some larger foul purpose, then they must be rooted out immediately. We will divide our efforts to look for signs of the enemy. Arzal will search the northern Satyr camp. You, Haituan, and myself will search the closer camp.
Many depend on you. Arzal, search the Satyr camp to the north.
Why are we
Champion,
splitting up this way?
Hatun, come with me and
So
search
there's-
the camp to the west.
We're sending one
Of
person to go
course.
search one camp.
Khatun, take this Sargerite shard. It will guide you towards any fell magic of Manari origin.
Sargerite. If you think it will help, Arzal.
I love these three factions of Draenei right now. They're so cool. I also love that they're not allied races. The Lightforged Draenei aren't here because they made them their own separate thing, even though they should be the same thing, and it's all fine. It's whatever. We're chilling. We're been chilling. But why did the one guy go to one camp and three guys go to a different camp? I feel like math should have... It should have... You know? It's fine. That's not how math works.
Let us begin our search.
I do like these new hot and I call them hot cold quests that they added with the archaeology stuff in Dragonflight.
A cloaking spell. Cowardly Legion tactics. Why did you not see this before, Valen?
Oh man, he's mad at Valen.
I do not know, but we must destroy it.
Oh man, that was kind of sus. Velen was like actually scared there for a second. Don't talk to my king or like my prophet that way. Who the hell you think you are, bro? It's Prophet frickin' Velen, man. Have some frickin' spect. Put some spect on that name. Disrespecting my boy.
Fell spreaders were rooting the corruption to Blood Mist all this time, and you let it run rampant. Why?
To protect the Rangari, I pulled them out of Blood Mist. Their lives were worth more to me. I stand by my decision.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, Velen, you don't gotta question yourself, bro. Don't let this guy question you, okay? Don't let him make you think you're making bad choices. There's never been a choice that you've ever made that was bad, okay? You're a hero. You're my boy. I'll punch this guy right in the tendril dick right now, okay? Don't think I won't. He's being a bit of a dick.
It is done. The Sagarite shard is no longer reacting to energies here.
Indeed. We should return it to Arzal at the northern camp.
Okay. I guess I'll run over there. Without flying? Damn, man, they should really put flying in this zone. Kind of dropped the ball not having this zone updated for flying. Ooh-wee. Oh, man. Ban me. I've been banned out of my own chat. It's fine. I understand. I get it. I get it. Truly. I saw the moving anvil on my map and I was like, the fuck is that? And I looked, it was a yak.
This Satyr camp appears abandoned, but the Fell resonance is stronger here than anywhere else on the island.
It does not surprise me that Velen has had demons on his doorstep this whole time. But at least they will be dead now. I take much satisfaction in that. We did not find the Man'ari responsible, but when we do, they will pay.
Be just.
Demons will corrupt areas not only to claim territory, but also to empower themselves. The stronger the corruption, the more power we can draw from it, like metal being heated by a fire. If I am correct, a Man'ari conscripted these Satyr to hide their fell spreaders across Blood Mist for exactly that purpose. Whoever they are, they would be rather powerful by now. Can you hear that? The silence. The area is empty. Not even the rabid wildlife dare approach the camp.
Interesting.
I do not see any immediate cause, but the fell resonance here is overwhelming. I sense it was woven by Man'ari hands, but I'm being blocked from probing more deeply. Something is being hidden. It must be the cloaking magic Hatu unreported from the other camp that hinders me. I can dispel it, but I cannot guarantee what we will find when I do.
Alright, alright, alright.
It is too quiet here. Be wary of an ambush.
Hatun is right. Something is hidden here, and I will reveal it.
Do what you must, Arzal. We will follow your lead.
Malades Enkil! Maev Rakatiros!
Oh shit.
More fell spreaders. Buried across the whole island. Hundreds of them.
We must act quickly. Champion, call Romul. We need his aid.
Champion. I'm a little busy right now with the preparations. What do you need?
Are we forming a new legion of
Romul,
Exarchs here?
transport one of our generators to the champion's location, immediately.
Right away. Calibrating transport. Generator inbound. Didn't say it out loud.
Demons will corrupt areas not only to claim. The stronger the corruption, I expect this. Tell me when you are ready to begin. I expect the Satyr will swarm us once we begin to charge the generator.
Will overcharge the generator.
The void and the light working together is crazy, bro.
Champion, Arzal, hold them off.
With pleasure.
target something first.
Damn, son.
I need a target.
Will claim you.
I need to target something first.
I need to change my spec. Ooh,
Ruin my
shit.
plans again, Drana. My magic has claimed this land.
She's
and
so
will
cool. She
soon
looks like
claim
freaking
every
Archimon.
last soul in your
We've never seen a
wretched
female,
city.
like, power Eridar, I call them. The ones that, like, have wings and all these other things. That is so freaking sweet, bro. What a model. Hey, we get a cinematic? Let's go.
This threat was beyond what I expected to find here. But it could not stand against us united. With the corruption removed, Blood
Did
Mist
they
will
create their own
finally begin
triumvirate?
to heal.
One of Fel, one of Void, one of
As
Light?
will
That would
our
be
people.
so crazy.
Together.
They create their own
It
triumvirate.
is done.
Something is amiss on
I could
this
not have
world.
imagined the threat in Blood Mist had grown this dangerous. Thank the light that I chose to bring Haytuan and Arzal here. This could not have been done without them, without all of us.
But to
With
leave
Serona
out
slain
a
once
Light
again,
Forge would
Blood
be
Mist will
insane
finally be
with
able
that.
to heal. Her influence was no doubt anchoring the corruption to the land. It is another reason to celebrate today. But it is not the true reason I called Haytuan and Arzal to Azeroth. I would have them attend the Tishamat with us. The sacrament asks us to reflect on the past and commit to a better future. The unity of our efforts epitomizes that. I will bring them to the Exodar. Please join us when you are ready.
The light will guide your way. Now, truthfully, I did not invite you to Azeroth merely for this mission, but for the Tishamat as well.
The Tishamat. Thank you. But surely my presence would cast a shadow over the sacrament.
Nah, bro, you're welcome.
The first sacrament of Tishamat asks us to reflect on the shadows of our past. I will make sure you feel welcome.
As you wish, Prophet.
Hatun, this may seem to you a hollow gesture, but I would like us to speak. The Tishamat asks, we learn from our mistakes.
I will consider it. Let us go.
Bro, take me with you. Okay. I get my own portal. This is cool. I'm excited to see how this ends.
Please tell me the generator is offline for a good reason. No, actually, do not. I do not want to know.
It brings me great joy to see the Eridar gathered together at last.
Offline for a good reason?
The Tishamat was once a solitary holiday. Each Eridar would inscribe a stone with a painful memory we carried. We would reflect on what that memory could teach us, then commit to moving forward with that wisdom. At last, the stones are dissolved in the flame of reprieve, symbolically removing the weight from our souls.
Cool.
Today, the Tishamat will be celebrated not in solitude, but as a community. Gather the stones of those who would trust you with them, then take them to the flame.
Be just. You will serve as our Tishatan, the memory bearer of Tishamat. It is a solemn role. Take this basin and gather our people's memory stones. Take them to the flame of reprieve.
Very, very cool. So they've got a
and
memory
lift
burning
our
ceremony.
burdens.
It's classic in a lot of different cultures. Greek cultures do it specifically. Me and Vicky have participated in one.
It has been a long time since I last saw this many Eridar in one place. Perhaps not since Argus was corrupted, when I still served on the council to the Triumvirate. Velan chose me to be his chief counselor. We knew each other. Trusted each other. Another life. As distant as Argus from this place.
Matan falls silent, mulling over the past. Dude, you're gonna be a part of the new Triumvirate. This is so cool. May I take your memory of the stone? What do you think of the other Crocol?
It is uncomfortable to know that Crocol exists beyond Argus, on this drainer that Nobundo spoke of. And it is unsurprising to hear that Velan turned a blind eye to their mistreatment all these years,
He did
despite
too, yeah.
claiming that they would be protected.
He left them there in Draenor.
But inviting them to the Tishamat is something. It is more than words, at least. It has been a long time since.
Atun thrusts his stone.
Take it away.
Our enemies will suffer as
The Eredar have lived shattered for too long. Today, let us be reunited in hope and faith. I see the future as a grand corridor full of sunlight. May we walk it side by side.
May I take your memory stone? Stay a while and listen.
In your hands, you carry more than simply a symbol of the sacrament. You carry our pain and our hope. Our regret and our endurance. You hold precisely what it means to be Drania. Walk softly but with pride.
Stay a while.
You wanted to speak with me, Velan? Yes, of course. On a matter of great importance. Well, is it not always a matter of great importance with you? I suppose it is. But on this auspicious occasion, I was hoping we could reconcile and return to a place of trust.
Some wounds take time to heal, Prophet. No, Argus is far from this place and feels like another life.
We trusted one another once.
We were young and foolish once as well.
We were indeed. If we knew then what we know now. Hatun, you have always been the best of us. I have missed your wisdom. Come, serve with me again as you once did on our council. I need your guidance once more.
Velan,
You do not have to answer me now. Enjoy the Tishamat. But there will always be a seat open for you, if you want it.
Thank you. I will think on it.
Voice actor is absolutely killing it. I'm switching over to the headset real fast. Give me a second so that way. I think it might be echoing a little bit, and I want to avoid that for the video. Let's grab this change. Alright, can you guys hear it now? Okay, let me turn this up. We'll go -7 on it. Okay, good. Master volume down, music is down, effects is down, ambiance is here, and dialogue's up. Good.
Many depend on you.
Alright, we have a dude that's selling Marsules, which is
the creatures of Argus are as resilient as we are.
Take caution.
The creatures of Argus are as resilient as we are.
Did I get one?
The creatures of Argus are as resilient as we are.
Sometimes these little things don't work. I'm going to turn off immersion real fast. And see if I can get him to give me a Marsul. Because I kind of want a companion if they're for free.
Yes, outsider.
Did he give me one? Oh, he's on my shoulder! Let's freaking go! Dude! I got one! We were just talking about how that's like one of the coolest things ever. They freaking put one on your shoulder, bro. That's awesome. That is actually really cool. Alright, so up here we have some Krok'rul, which are the broken. We have some Vindicators, or wannabe Vindicators.
In life, I was a Vindicator. The light can no longer reach me where I now dwell. But I hear its voice like music drifting through the bars of a prison cell, and I know it. Allow me to mourn.
Oh, he's just paying his respects. He's a Death Knight, but he used to be a Paladin. So it's interesting because I thought this type of armor would be the armor that they would pick for the Heritage armor, but this is only the Vindicator's armor. It's not all of Draenei. So I'm actually happy with the choice they
you
made.
were able to drag the High Artificer from her workshop at the Alder Rise. The Prophet need not have worried. I would have dragged her here myself, had you failed.
She smiles.
She had been working on those schematics for ages. I never did ask what they were for, but I suppose we shall all learn soon enough.
I'll take your memory, please.
Blessings upon your family.
Oh, the Lightforge is
It's been
here.
a long time since I heard a prayer that was not a battle hymn. I am reminded of softer times.
Stay safe and slay many
I think
demons.
that's the ambassador for the Lightforged is actually right there. Is there anything else happening up here? Let's check out real fast. Nope, just normal stuff. Nothing for the event. Going back down. There's the shaman here.
Light. Must remember the light.
These are all the shamans, the Earth Callers, Stone
Hello,
Speakers,
friend.
one of the ones of the Earthen Ring. Just some Celebrators, some... Oh, Exarch Aurelius is right here. I think he's the Artificer, or maybe he's the General for the Draenei right now. Grand Vindicator Sorvos is the leader
What
of the
distances we have all crossed to be
Lightborn,
here
or the
now.
Lightforged. What do you think of the Penitents?
I remain cautious. Their aspirations are not impossible. It is true that I hold High Commander Lithraction in great esteem, despite the sins he once committed, and I have seen the penitents provide aid on Argus as we fight to purge the Legion's lingering infestation. But that is a simple battle. When harder battles come, we will see if their promises are built on stone or sand.
That's such a good statement. I like how the Lightforged is here, but their leader had nothing to do with the leader convening down in Bloodmist Isle. I feel like they should have been a little bit more involved. And it would have been cool to create instead of a Triumvirate, or like a Triumvirate where it's Light, Void, and Shadow, or Light, Void, and Fel. There could have been a, like, Velen would just be like the head of the Triumvirate, and then the Triumvirate would be like the independent leaders of each faction. I think that would have been kind of a fun
We dedicated our lives to
government structure
exterminating
for
the
them.
Burning Legion. But despite all we gained, we have lost so much more. It will be difficult, but many of us would like to no longer stand so far apart from our old kin.
Yeah, I wish you guys didn't. I wish you were not an allied race and that you were, like, normal. Seems like all of the named Lightforged we've ever come across are here, which is kind of cool.
The Triumvirate has been assigned to escort Arzal and the other penitents during the Tishamat. Although I trust the Prophet's judgment, I had the same apprehensions as the others when we were quietly informed some time ago. Perhaps I will always have those apprehensions. For now, I will accept that their past might not be their future. They will be given the chance to prove it.
I'll take your flame.
I have helped see the Drania through many beginnings, but this one feels different. Nothing feels as though it is ending, only blending into the dawn.
I agree.
I am thankful for the Vindicator's presence. It appears to comfort the others, and Boros has offered to guide me around Azure Mist after the Tishamat has concluded.
Can I join you? I'd be really interested to hear what you say about it.
I suspect it is an order from the Prophet. But I will not refuse the gift, however unmerited.
I will take your flame.
I could carve an entire mountain and still fall short of all I must write. But this is something. Every day must be something.
Wisdom guide your
Such a
path.
good statement. Don't let your past control your future. Look at these two homies, bro.
Be on your way.
Are you with the Penitents?
I've spoken with Arzal. We share the same vision, if not all the same motivations. If he needs my blade, he has it.
These two homies, dude. We have a Lightforged Rogue, maybe. Lightforged Rogue and a Draenei Rogue. Because of the new faction that they could have been in, they could be rogues in Dragonflight. So it's cool to see these two chilling. It's like literally chilling. That's kind of funny. Felcaller Gulato.
My path is a dark and cursed one, Hunter. You do not wish to walk with me.
And don't have to tell me twice, bro. Alright, no one seems to really be celebrating inside. This is like actually still being used as a normal building. So we'll head back to the other side. And we'll grab the ones that are up here. There's a lot of people to talk to. This is more than the Orc Garrison Heritage Armor one. Or Orc Heritage Armor one. This is where I take the fire. Akama! He's talking to Exarch Kelios and the other Exarchs. This is gonna be crazy. Hey, buddy.
I had almost forgotten Kelios. So darkened are my memories of that distant past. So narrowed. But he speaks of Karabaer's beauty as if he looked upon it only
I always
yesterday.
called it Karabor.
And for a moment, I can almost see it.
One day.
I had almost forgotten Kelios.
What do you think of Attune?
I respect anyone with that much demon blood on their hands. Heituan knows as well as I do what it is to live amidst the ashes of your home, to see it defiled while you are powerless to stop it. It is a feeling you do not forget. I trust us both to never let it happen again. I had almost forgotten
What do you think of the
Kelios.
penitents?
The loyalties of demons are fleeting. Sometimes, that can be useful. I have known some demons to serve the Illidari, fighting against their former legion masters. I am not surprised that some Man'ari would also turn on the hand that fed them. Watch them closely. I had almost forgotten.
I'll take your flame.
I have suffered much in my wandering. Perhaps it is time to return.
Roma.
That was good. It wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, but it was still really, really cool. It's pretty impactful. He's one of the last remaining Exarchs. He was an Exarch during this time frame. They all were. And he was left on Draenor. He didn't die during the siege and during everything else that happened. So he's now surrounded by all of the other people that help lead his people together, and he's the only one alive. It's kind of crazy.
We brought these spirits to the Tishamat so that the sacrament may help relieve them of their burdens and allow them to truly rest. But I did not expect that they might help ease the burdens of others as well. I believe this will truly make a difference for them, both the living and the dead. Thank you for helping make this a possibility.
Never hesitate.
These Vindicators are awesome. They're like Death Knights. They're called Akanai Vindicators. Akanai is like the word for death in Draenei. So they're Death Vindicators, basically like protectors of the dead. But their gear set is so cool. Because they're still Vindicators, it suggests that they're Paladins, but they look like Death Knights, and I love that. That's freaking sweet. Parsir Nobundo! He's the shaman trainer, and he also showed up in
It is
Cataclysm.
comforting to know that the Akane are once again caring for the spirits of our fallen. Laroer was once my commander. In death, he is still a dear friend. I will treasure this brief moment with him.
What do you think of Attune?
I spoke with him earlier before you accompanied him to Bloodmist. He speaks what is on his mind and does not tolerate disrespect. It is refreshing. With his voice added to ours, I believe we can hold the prophet to his promises. This new city will not be a home to all if it not also a home to the Krokul in equal measure.
Let's hope that Krokul don't become an allied race,
It
but
is
a
comforting
cosmetic
to know that
change.
we will must never give up. The future will bring us precisely what we need if only we open our arms to allow it.
I love you, Nabundo.
We must never forget.
Soul Render. Oh, Restalon.
Thank you for helping us bring these spirits to the Tishamat, Redthadir. One of the hardest parts of being Akane is knowing that you cannot save every soul. But for the ones you can, it makes all the difference to them, and that is enough.
This too shall
That part was really, really cool. Seeing Nakama here was very refreshing. I like that he decided to come back. Ashton Kanani! It's weird because all of my favorite Draenei are broken. Dude, Elder Kruti from the freaking Sporagar quest chain. That is such a deep cut. Anchored out in a room as well.
It was difficult, but I brought news of the Tishamat to each settlement of lost ones across Draenor that I could find. I was not asked to do this, but I felt it was important.
That's a deep cut.
I have spent several years meditating on my feelings about the Krokul and the lost ones. Truthfully, I feared them not as one fears a beast, but as one fears the ocean. I could not live there, and so it is death and darkness to me. I want to bring everyone in that darkness into the sunlight. But in my fear, I forget that there are fish. We are all part of the same people, but we need not live the same lives. My people were treated like outsiders, and so we chose to be outsiders. We embraced our isolation and grew stronger because of it. But I have reasoned it was ignorance and not my had the anchorites of Tel Redder respected our strength, addressed us as equals, perhaps we could have spoken. Instead, they treated us like wayward Talbuk needing to be brought back to the field, but I have reasoned it was ignorance and not malice that fueled them. They were ascetics for centuries. To say their social skills are lacking would be kind. I am not one to be stung twice, but since I have been asked here as an equal, I will hear them out.
Man, they do not get along. The Krokruel and the Eridar, now known as Draenei, do not get along for some reason.
Good prices here.
This guy's selling goat cheese. I'm good, man. Don't need no Talbot cheese. I'll pass. Not big on that. Oh, hello. Who are you two?
I told Oshriek everyone would be speaking Draenic, but he insisted on following me here anyway. Do you know how many favors I had to pull with the peacekeepers?
Yeah, why is there a blood elf here?
My Draenic is perfectly serviceable. Thanks to Yadar, I've swiftly learned every curse word in your language and then some. What else could possibly be needed?
Who are you?
We will have justice.
Who are you two? It's like, what? Alright, cool. Random freaking people. Why is there a blood elf here? But whatever. No big deal.
Warm wishes to you.
Alright, that looks like that is all of the... Oh, never mind. We have High Chief Stillpine from the original question. Look at their updated model. I didn't even think about it since Dragonflight. The Furblogs have been updated. Look at their new model. I don't even recognize them. Wow.
You have become stronger than I could have ever imagined, Red Thadir. I am proud of you.
Exarch Menelius.
Remember the lessons of the past.
Promised one, it is good to see that you yet prosper.
And I understand him because I learned his language. That is so cool, dude, that he's here. What a fun
I almost refused to come. I have lived in Terakar since, what happened? It was not a perfect situation, but after a time, it became comfortable. Stable, solitary. After what my rangery and I allowed to happen, I could not return to living among those I had failed. But perhaps the Tishamat is the correct time to confront that guilt.
One of the Rangari is a different civilization culture in Draenei. They're like...
The solitude of the past decades has been crushing and self-imposed.
The natural hunters of their world.
Thank you for helping to make the Tishamat happen once more. We needed it. I needed it.
I recognize myself as a Rangari. I'm not a Vindicator. Barat the Longshot, Lightforged guy, and then Perun, Dragonscale Expedition. They're actually there in Dragon Isles. That's kind of cool. Who else is over here? I think I've already been in this area. No one named. Oh, Lara. Mishka! Mishka is the healer for the SI7. That's like a deep cut too. People forget she's a Draenei, but she's literally like one of the major faction holders of the SI7, which is the spy organization in for Stormwind for the Alliance. And we do lots of different quests with Mishka throughout all of Alliance questing. Look at the Jade Force, for example, where you literally get to play as her in one of the storylines. And Ilaria, I believe, is the Paladin trainer. Oh, and I only know that because I played Paladin. I think she's the Paladin trainer in the Starting Zone. So these are like famous female Draenei, which is kind of cool.
I have never known a life where the Drania have not been a fractured people.
Who?
It is good to see those wounds finally healing.
Who the hell are you? Why do you have blue hair?
Only half. I was raised among the Drania. Some of us call ourselves Oshuenii, the people of spirit. I wish my parents had survived to see this.
He's an Oceanii. He's the same thing as Gamora. He's a half Draenei, half orc. That's why he's blue hair. This is insane! I didn't even know there was others that existed. Gamora had a tail, right? He does not have a tail, but he's got like blue hair, blue skin, blue face. That is so cool.
The boys can like hear you on my phone.
And they're like listening for it?
Freaking out.
Oh, it's so cute. This is better than the heritage question for the orcs. But We do know that the Draenei and the Orcs had such similar cultures on Draenor, which is why they succeeded and were actually really, really peaceful with each other for a long time before the Legion's influence. So it would make sense that their heritage quest chains kind of follow similar cultural paths. They both celebrate and have similar traditions. They both went to Ashugan for these big meetings every single year. This is the same thing that the heritage quest chain for the Orcs is. They reset up their Ashugan meeting, their cultural bringing of all the cultures together, the tribes coming together underneath one day. The Draenei used to join them in that, and that was their Tiamat.
It has been a very long day. Without your help, it would have been even longer.
I'll take your fire.
Eternal progress ever forward. This is what the Order of Artificers was founded on many millennia ago. But each step begins in the soil we have already tread.
Interesting that he's not an Exarch. He's just Grand Artificer.
Yes, yes, Arcanon Poros.
What?
May I take your flame?
Construction of this architectural marvel will represent the pinnacle of Drania artificing. The Vindicar will look like a child's toy compared to what we will make together. You have my word.
Perhaps we can chat later.
Very cool.
Working with the consortium has taught me a couple tricks about nether weaving.
Be kind to those.
This guy's a transmogrifier because they don't have one in the city. And obviously people like myself want to transmog as quickly as they can. So they put a transmogrifier in the city, but it's not an ethereal. It's a dude that just works with them.
Working with the consortium has taught me a couple tricks about nether weaving. Interested in a demonstration?
That's so cool. Who else do we have over here? We've got V-Run, the apprentice to the girl.
Thank you again for helping Atanya, Redthadir.
Where's his lizard?
She
He's at
might
his
still
feet.
look angry, but I can tell she's enjoying herself a little bit. And I get to tell all of the other artificers here about my research.
Look at Azik. Azik's the freaking best. All these other assistant artificers, Exarch Anala, Exarch Adamedius.
I think that Blood Mist might actually start to recover the way that Azure Mist did. May the light allow me the chance to see it.
So cool.
We could hear the explosions on Blood Mist all the way over here. It was amazing. Why wasn't I invited?
Why wasn't I invited? Fair enough. The kids having fun. This is good. This was very nostalgic. I'm feeling very happy with everything that has happened so far.
Are you ready to create your memory stone? It has been some time since the last Tishamat, so I have been advising celebrants on the ritual. First, you must inscribe your name near the top of the stone.
I don't know why I just got really emotional. I gotta actually claim what faction of Draenei culture I choose to belong in. That's really cool. Huntmaster is fun. I just feel like that's a little too pious. Of the Exodore is a little too general. Little too broad. And I already said I kind of represent... I recognize myself as a Rengari, so I'll go ahead and take the Rengari option.
And below that, inscribe a description of the memory whose burden you wish to be relieved of.
My old home, someone
We must remember
once...
the lessons of the past,
Oop, hold on.
but those memories need not weigh us down eternally. If we are stooped under the burdens of regret, of pain, of guilt, we can make no progress.
My old home, someone once close to me, a treasured item, a lost chance, a terrible decision I made, something I couldn't control, a moment of time gone too soon. I'm gonna say something I couldn't control.
When you are ready, toss the stones into the flame of reprieve. Feel their weight lift from your soul as they burn. Tell the prophet our burdens have been lifted, and the ceremony can begin.
Who's gonna do the Triwizard Tournament, though? Are you gonna draw names later?
The Drania have suffered, scattered, and solitary, for too long. Today, we allow ourselves to rely on each other.
Antion Akor Kora.
I believe I hear the prophet calling the attendants before the stage.
I am curious to see what he and Romuald plan to announce now that everyone is gathered. We should make haste, yes?
Friends, Draenei, please lend us your attention. The ceremony will begin shortly.
I'm coming, Daddy. I mean, Bellin. What'd I call him? What'd I say? I'm sure it was fine.
This is a great moment for the Drania. All Drania.
Cinematic!
For many, this may be your first Tishamat. Our last was long ago. Few among us remember it. But even here, in another place and another time, its meaning remains the same. We must let go of the past to grasp our future. No longer must we live scattered, lamenting Argus. We will build a city on the ashes of our exile. We will finally be home.
That's so cool. Where are they gonna build the capital city? Are they just gonna replace the Exodore on this island for a capital city? I've got like actual tears. That's so cool.
Today marks the beginning of a new age for the Eridar. We are one people united in purpose.
He called them Eridar. He didn't say Draenei.
And we will never be broken apart again.
This moment could not have happened without you.
I play an Eridar.
By
My
your
favorite race is
hand,
Eridar.
The Legion was broken. Our long journey ended. And our people reforged as one. In gratitude, we bestow on you as a paragon of our people, a sacred vestment crafted of precious materials from Argus. Atar Vahishana, Matirim Ita. Beneath the eternal stars, we walk together.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
This is a great moment, Aldrania. For thousands of years, all I could see when I looked at Argus was what it once was. A double vision that fled from me whenever I focused too closely, and now Velan asks me to return to what I once was. To what we both were. I need time to think.
Walk in the shadow.
I wonder how many people have something else to say now that we're...
It has been a very long day. Without your help. What?
Nope, it seems like they're all going to say the same thing. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and take our toy, which is a new Hearthstone, which I'm immediately replacing this one with. I now have... It's cool, but it's not as dramatic as I wish it would be. But it's okay. It'll be fun for the time being.
Working with the consortium has taught me a couple tricks about nether weaving.
Remember the lessons of the past.
We got our set, so let's go ahead and look at it real fast. Working with the consortium has taught me a couple tricks about nether weaving. Ooh, multiple face cards as well. We have... Like, this is the part that's gonna suck, because I really don't think the gear looks good, but we'll see if it looks good if I'm in-game now. Okay, so there's a golder version, and there's a brown copper version. The gold version has the traditional purple, and the gold, which is the original colors of the Draenei. And I've seen the original sketch art that Blizzard has posted on Twitter. When they very first drew up Draenei player characters, this is the gear that they drew on them, and this is the gear that they've now put into the game. So it's kind of like a weird nostalgic flex by Blizzard, but the gear does look a little bad. And because we've never really seen this type of gear on Draenei before, it doesn't really feel like Draenei gear. So this is the whole set. This is what it looks like in-game. Which I actually think looks really, really good now. Now that I'm looking at it, I've got no complaints. This is awesome. This looks pretty cool. You have to think of it from the perspective of, like, this is what a Draenei would have worn on Argus. We've never seen that culture. So going back to Eridar culture, I play an Eridar now. This is what the Eridar would have looked like on that planet. We've never seen that, so how are we to say what they would and what they wouldn't wear? That's like basically when they come out with a brand new show, like in Hades 2, the first god you come across is Apollo, and a lot of people were upset that Apollo was black. Oh, a fictional god that you've never met in real person, you're just going to assume that guy's race for him? Let the game developers do what they want. You know what I mean? Like, we don't know what the Eridar were like, so who am I to say what they did and what they didn't dress up like? This is the orange version, which I also really do like. I think I'm going to rock the purple. I just like that white and purple look. That's always been, to me, the Exodore colors, the Draenei colors. But I do think I could make a transmog with the purple crystals and the red look, because that's more like an Eridar. This is like an Eridar set to me, and this is a Draenei set. Both look amazing. Let's go ahead and put it on.
Working with the consortium has taught me a couple tricks about nether weaving.
Yep. And let's find a weapon. I think I have one. I got it in a... Nope, let's just put it on. Nope, not that one. There's one that I know for sure they're there. Purple crystal is with the purple. Let's try the white crystal for right now. It's not hitting the way that I want it to. It's good, but it's not that good. I think we go to the purple set, and we see if the purple bow works. That's a little bit better. Let's find a cloak as well. Let me double check all my bows real fast. I do have some crossbows that work, and originally Draenei characters used crossbows. So, like, let's see if that kind of slaps as well with the other set. That's it. That's the set. Okay, I'm going to save this one. Draenei Harry. And then let's go ahead and find a weapon that works with this. Is there a crossbow that works with this set? Old school? Stop hitting control on it, Red. Just... You're literally in the menu. Like, one of the first bows you ever get in the game, the colors actually kind of match. That's kind of nostalgic and fun. The Exodore crossbow. Literally called the Exodore crossbow. Like, it looks kind of really stupid, but the colors match. And there's like a nostalgic reason. This is the Expedition Repeater, which also you get for Draenei questing in BC. The Rangari Initiate is really, really nice. If this orange... If that orange was like more of the color orange, I think it would work better. But we actually don't have a good bow for you. I think the bow might be the best option. The one that's the crystally bow. Is there a gun that works? Let's see. I don't think I've ever seen Draenei use guns, so... This will be, I guess, option number 2. Eridar Harry. I do think the crossbow is better, but let's find a cloak. That's not bad. Maybe something a little bit more formal, not something so tattered. Newer in age. Nice, that's not bad. There might be like a scarf or something I think I could equip that would look nice with it as well, but so far the purples aren't matching for me. I can't get that. That is a very vibrant purple. Like, that's not even the right purple. Like, that is a very bright purple. Yikes, dude. No way! Wow, they like made a unique purple for this. There's nothing. That's close. That's close, but the gold ruins it. Okay, our best option was the first one we picked. That's not horrible, but it's just too dark. This one, I think with the tattered cloak bit, might be the best choice. That right there. Just because the purple kind of fades in and it's not atrocious. Alright.
Be well.
Let's log out. See what that looks like. Wow. I finally have the heritage quest chain for the Draenei. I now have my heritage armor I can equip. You will probably see me wearing this transmog for a while. Maybe a month or so before I get bored of it. But it's cool to feel... Why do I have a really fat neck? What is going on in the neck department up there? You see that? Is that a part of the helmet? Like adding extra cushion? Should I use a blue cloak? Hold on. That might just be the end of the YouTube video there, but I'll do outro for it specifically. I just can't believe that that looks like it's a fat neck. What is happening? It's not. For sure it's not. It has to be... We gotta go back to Valdrakken. Oh, wait, he's transmog here. Do we try to find a blue cloak instead? One that matches that color? Because then it'll... That's also like such a unique blue, my dude. Why does it give you a fat neck? I don't understand. What a weird thing to do. Do we just go no cloak on it? Is no cloak better? I don't get that animation part. Like, I get that it's supposed to, like, maybe be, like, bundled up. Surprisingly, that color actually matches the blue. I just don't get why they did that. That weird blue bulge thing does not look good. I like kind of just want to cover it up with like a bad cloak or like with a backpack or something. Wild. Nothing looks good with it. Maybe the no cloak with just like the ammo pouch.
Beware of Yeti.
Let's log out. See what that looks like. Alright, that looks a little bit better. I just don't get that. That looks so weird. I guess I'm getting a little too hung up on it, but we will go ahead and end our stream here, 3.5 hours in. Appreciate all the support today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Look forward to these videos coming out tomorrow sometime. And in all of everything you do, and until the next time I see you, play smart, play with your heart, always be red-nosed. Catch you in the next one. Bye!